And hello, everybody. Welcome to the third round of the EP1 2000 Championship. Tonight, we have the biggest race so far in 2026 for downtown. We have the 2.4 hours of Le Mans. So, I am currently joined by Chris, who
Hello?
is helping me. Hello there, who is helping me with the stream, and I am your host. This Tiziano Raimondi. You know me from the streams of DRSC Season 1 and DRSC Season 2. And after the very much failed attempt of streaming the first race in Daytona, let's hope that tonight's race is going to be an easier ride to commentate. I want to say hello to Ricardo and Govinder in the chat, and I want to welcome all of you. We are currently watching the final preparation laps right before the start of the race. The race should start in around 2 minutes. Of course, it's not gonna be that easy because we know our drivers, they tend to start a little bit later, but that's fine. We are currently watching Falling Falcon racing through the beautiful Circuit de la South. So let's quickly go on board with him as we're going to take a very small break right before the start of the race. All right, we are back with the commentating. We are currently on board with, I cannot see who this is, but I know who this is because this is the only Rai Corse on the track today. Mochi, for those who don't know, Rai Corse is my team. I developed the car alongside Jason Shore. You know him from the DRSC videos and streams. And sadly, he was one of the drivers, but he couldn't qualify for the main race. He did participate in the secondary race. And yeah, Mochi is the only Rai Corse who managed to qualify. And I truly hope to see a great performance from him. Of course, Mochi was one of the protagonists of the first round. He had a great performance and was actually leading at some point with on a fuel strategy. But sadly, his fuel ran out, and yeah, we didn't end up finishing with any drivers, but it's fine. You learn from the mistakes. Hello, Lobter in the chat, and let me read all actually the chat. So I hope this thing is funny. We sure hope that it's gonna be funny, Ricky. It will be 4 hours from home when it ends. All right. I'm about to make ASP's lime. Please, Govinder, do not do that. Okay, I have to say this. Please, can I cover you in slime? I would prefer that you do not. How did Falcon duplicate himself? Do not question the way of the falling Falcon. You are not worthy to know those things. The E in EP1 stands for electric. That is false. I can completely assure you the development of our V8 engine was an absolute nightmare. So I can assure you it's what the hell just happened. Okay, that was beautiful. Hi, my name is Race Control and I do Race Control. Hello, Race Control. My name is Tiz. All right. Is everything fine with it?
Yeah, I think the drivers are about to get gridded up. See all the beautiful cars here. The right Corsa of Moki. You'll find there's rather sad car. Don't know why she's so sad.
Working?
They should all get gridded up very soon, so do not go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. They will grid up very soon, and we are currently seeing the competitors. Here we have the Hydra cars coming back after retiring themselves from the championship. They will just do the Le Mans race. We have here number 27, Nestor Krinoski Nesu. Then after him, we have what I think is this
Speed Factory.
what the Speed Factory car, number 11. I don't remember who number 11 is.
That is Chile.
Oh, that's Chile, correct. Yeah, right. There are the name tags on top. Then we have number 17, Cris Tango with the other Hydra Motors car. Then if we go down the grid more, we have the first Shadow Racing car with we have, I think it's Yamiroquai. Yes. No, it's Train Raider. Okay. Of course, yellow and black doesn't look a little bit futuristic, but we love to see it. Then another Speed Factory car. This time we have GSAD.
The number 24.
With the number 24. We truly hope that nothing bad comes from the new teams. We hope to see a clean race from everybody. And I truly hope to see the new drivers and the new teams shine. It's been a long time since a new team has won a race in downtown, and I truly hope that it happens soon enough. Here we have then the Alpha Stars, the Shadow, another Tramontane. Then we have the G-Force, the team founded by Govinder, who is currently in the chat. I would like to also say hello to F1 Racer AP. Hello there. I haven't seen you in quite a long while. It's nice to see you back. And then right after we have the only Rai Corset, the Purpura Morse, driven by number 19 Mochi. For some of the more, you could say, for the veteran watchers of Downtown and for those of you who are in the server, might know that Mochi is actually the founder of Mosanlo, another car manufacturing brand and racing team, but couldn't and didn't have the time to make his own car like he did for last year's EP1 season. So I decided to invite him to join the Rai Corsa project. And I shall remind you that last year, the race or the 2.4 hours of Le Mans last year was decided between Mochi in his own Mosanlo car and Vipersonics driving, I think it was the Hydra Motors car. It's you, Bobbert? You are F1 Racer AP? Huh? Excuse me? What? All this time? And I find out now? Son. What do you mean you're Bobbert? What? What happened to F1 Racer AP? I remember seeing your application for DRSC in season 1, but then like I saw you made like 3 alt accounts, and now you're Bobbert. This is so confusing right now. This is so confusing. All right. as we have lovely camera work going through the wings and the roll bars of the cars. Of course, we have many different designs. The Hydra car, the only car with a closed cockpit. Then we have some, you could say, more hidden designs for the roll bars, like in the Shadow, the ASP. ASP stands for Alpha Star Speed Factory. Sorry, Alpha Star Performance. My bad. Speed Factory is the secondary team. And then you have some more present, you could say, roll bars, like in the G-Force, the Speed Factory car, or even the Tramontaine. As if we want to talk a little bit more, sorry, about the history of EP1, we could say that the first one of the teams that actually defined the history of this championship is, in fact, Tramontaine. Juan Michelito joined Downtown around the time of EP1 Season 2 alongside Not the Bees and Jason Short E. And in that season, the Tramontaine car dominated and Juan Michelito won the championship that year. In Season 3, we had a great fight at the top between Kate's Catalan Racing team and the Alpha Star cars, where Falling Falcon, driving for Alpha Star, won the Drivers' Championship, but still, Tramontaine, due to sheer consistency, even if they didn't win a single race that year, they still won the Constructors' Championship. So, Tramontaine is a force to be reckoned with in EP1. It currently still is the only championship that they tend to join regularly. They did make an appearance in IRC 2024 2 years ago, and they also appeared in the Hyper GT season that happened right after, Hyper GT Season 2. But after that, they only showed up for EP1 so far. They were planning on joining Hyper GT Season 3, but that didn't work out. So, the most crowned teams overall in Downtown are Hydra and Alpha Star, followed closely by Catalan Racing, Tramontaine right after, and then all the other teams you see here are more or less new teams. Shadow Racing, of course, comes from the sister, you could call it a sister server of BeamGP. That's the team founded by Yamiroquai, and his lineup is fully composed of drivers that come from BeamGP. Of course, Govin, there is another driver that joined us coming from BeamGP, and we see some questionable no-clipping between cars. Please do not no-clip into each other. I beg you, not on stream. And then we have the Raicorse, which is a team that also was present in IRC 2005, the IRC season we had last summer. We did take a step back and join forces with Hydra Motors for the Hyper GT season, and Rai Hydra won the Hyper GT Season 3 championship. And now Rai and Hydra got separated again, and both are now participating in EP1. But for those of you who are more familiar with the Downtown lore, you could say, Rai Corse is not the original name of the team. The team was originally founded as SRC, Scuderia Raimondi Corse, but we decided to drop the Scuderia in favor of creating an acronym that used the founder's name, Raimondi, the sponsor's name, Alpha Max, and the nationality of the team, Italian. That is the acronym for Rai. And of course, Corse, because we are Italian and we like to race. So, the more you know.
Cool facts. Must say.
For those of you in chat, I would like to ask you quickly if everything is working fine, if you can hear me correctly. And Cris, if you want to say anything to the chat, feel free to do so.
Can't really see the chat as I am in BeamNG here doing the camera work for you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I wanted to say something for the fans.
Sit back, grab your beverage, popcorn, Snickers, whatever you have, just grab something because this will be quite a lengthy race at 2.4 hours. We're still seeing the drivers grading up. So yeah, You still have time to grab something to drink. The start will be quite interesting to see. It's important to remember in an endurance race like this, you don't want to go all out and fight early on. You want to be more perseverant, obviously. You have 8 people here in the
Absolutely
audience.
correct. We have 8 wonderful people
9,
here in the
actually.
audience. 9 actually, but one of them is, I think, me. No, but I'm using YouTube Studio, so it should be 9 viewers.
Yeah.
Hello to all 9 of you. That is wonderful to see so many people watch the stream. Also, recently, Downtown hit the all-time high in YouTube followers, and we hit the milestone of 100 subscribers. So, thank all of you for deciding to join us in this beautiful trip that we are on to. And we hope to grow more and to be able to bring you more and more beautiful racing, like we do. So, of course, that our drivers are taking a ton of time to prepare for the race. That is to be expected, especially with BeamNG. BeamNG is a game that is not really that well optimized, sadly, but the recent news about the version 039 really do give us hope um, for the future of BeamNP racing, because they did announce that they are going to work on the weight of the game on the RAM and the VRAM, so that the game should be easier to run on lower end PCs. And I hope they work on optimization a lot. And also, in the future, we don't really know when, but surely after version 039 drops, BeamNG devs said that they are working on an official multiplayer experience. So maybe in a year's time, we won't need to rely on BeamNP. Of course, we thank BeamNP because without them, we couldn't have started this wonderful community and we couldn't have this wonderful kind of racing, because there's nothing quite like auto beam racing. There's no other game that makes making your own car and racing it feel this good. Of course, it has all of its problems. I'm not going to say it's perfect. It's not. But the few people that do like it are so passionate about it. I've seen so many wonderful people put their heart and souls into making cars. And truly, if you are even a casual automation player and you see these cars, you have to be amazed by how crazy these cars look. Some people spend entire days making sure that the cars look absolutely stunning, and I cannot thank them enough for it. Because then we get to see these wonderful work of arts race at 300 kilometers an hour down the straights, battling each other. And it's something that you simply don't get this kind of wonderful racing made with your own car that you yourself made. It's a feeling that no other game so far has been able to replicate. As we now
Now
see
we
the
are
first
grading up.
cars getting rigged up, we are currently before the Porsche S's section, because if you don't remember from the first round, the start is a rolling start with single file racing. So our current grid is Cris Tango filling in the pole position block instead of Mana, who got the pole position but then didn't show up for the race. In second place, we have Falling Falcon. Third place, we have GSAD. Then
Oh, we see a
in
bit of
fourth
contact
place,
there.
there is contact between Nessie in P4 and GSAD in P3, already crashing even before the lights go out. That is not something you want to say. Then we have Raikor's Mochi in P5. We have Chili in P6, Juan in P7, Yamiroquai in P8, Train Rider in P9, and Govinder in P10.
I did think
So,
that contact there would warrant red flag, but apparently not. Hopefully that won't set the affected drivers too far back. But still, 2 hours and 24 minutes. I think they'll have time to recover even with damage in the start. But I think
they
all
surely will.
I think it's
I'm currently
realistically
watching.
understatic. Sorry.
I don't know, I'm currently watching Chile getting side by side with Mochi, even though this is a single file start. I don't know why they're going side by side.
I don't think they're trying to. I think it's we also have to consider this section is somewhat tight, so I think it would allow single file that well.
Yes, and now we are going
5 red
down.
lights.
5 red lights. Let's see how they are going to
And
start.
we're
And
going
there
green.
we go. We are green. Let's see. There is a warning sign. Almost 3. There are 3 wide on the back here, but let's maybe go to the front of the grid if we can. We would like to see the battle into turn 1. Let's see. Now we have, I think, Nesum going for a move for P2. No contact. Everything seems clean so far. We have GSAD trying to re-overtake Nesu, who just took his 3rd place, and Mochi, I think, is getting currently attacked by Chile. So we have 1st place Hydra, 2nd place Alpha Star, the only Alpha Star on the grid. Then we have Nesu fighting with GSAD for P4, so Hydra versus Speed Factory. Watch out, Cris, for those bumps. You don't want to damage your suspension. GSAD actually takes 3rd place from the Ukrainian driver. Then we have Rekorse still keeping the 5th place. And now we're going down the Mosul straight. We have the wonderful red and yellow Alpha Star versus the white and blue Hydra. This is Dante versus Virgil, Devil May Cry, all over again. Who has the more top speed? They look about equal. They go under braking, the Alpha Star is on the inside, but Cris is still there, the Alpha Star takes the position, and Cristango has to settle for 2nd. Meanwhile, Nezu takes P3 from GSAD, lovely trees. Mochi still in P5, with actually Chile dropping all the way down to 10th. Something must have happened to the Speed Factory driver. No, wait, sorry. Yeah, it is Speed Factory driver. Sorry for that. Who just dropped down to P10.
So
we have now
growing,
a fight.
So he might have had an incident. Yeah. We could tab over to him to check, but I think we should stick here with the 5. We see GSAT 3 wide.
3 wide currently on the 2nd chicane on the Mulsanne, with Nesu going wide into the gravel on the inside of the corner after trying an overtake on Cristango. Mochi trying to follow them, but simply probably he doesn't have the top speed. These cars up here really know what going fast down the straight looks like. There we go, side by side. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Let's see. Cristango keeps the position. And right now we have Falling Falcon running away 1.2 seconds from Cristango. Then Cristango is around 6 tenths ahead of GSAD. Nesu is trying to catch up to GSAD. Then we have again Mochi in P5, around half a second ahead of Juan Michelito in P6, who is still ahead of both Shadow Racing cars. Then we have Govinder in P9 and Chile back 15 seconds behind. So yeah, he probably had a very bad spin. Nesu now going a lot inside. Let's see now. Nesu going a lot inside, and Mochi is now getting really close. Mochi actually gets overtaken by Juan Michelito. So right now, the Spanish driver getting overtaken by the French driver, currently fighting for P5. So let's see now. A lot of blue cars on the grid. Oh, there's a lot of fighting actually for P4. Let's move down the order to see this fight. There we go. We're on board currently with Mochi. We have Nesu going wide after getting attacked by Juan Michelito. Mochi's back in P5. Let's see now the shadow of Yamiroquai putting pressure on the purple and yellow Raikkourse of Mochi. Let's see here. Cutting a bit the track, maybe track limits for the British driver. It's the British invasion of Spain all over again. Let's see if Mochi is going to be able to defend. That's a no-pass zone. What the hell is Yami doing? That's surely an off-track overtake.
But it doesn't seem to get any penalty, oddly enough, so... Looks like yeah. No, he doesn't seem to get a penalty, actually, so... Looks like you were right, we see Jamie here.
Yeah, so he will have to give that back the position. Although it looks like Mochi... No, Mochi doesn't have a penalty, so yeah. Either give back the position or he's gonna lose some time.
Well, like
but I
think is losing a lot of positions, so he might have been involved in a crash. Let's tab over.
Oh, there's a huge crash for a Hydra car. We have Nesu in the pits with Train Rider. Train Rider is also in the pits currently. I don't know if they're taking their first pit stop currently, but there is no like actual set number of pit stops that you need to be doing. Probably they decided, oh, maybe they crashed and they towed to pits. This is something that you can only do twice during this race, you can tow to pits during lap 1 and then once more during the entire race. If you crash out and are not able to drive back to the pit lane for 2 times, you are officially out of the race.
Well, we do see Chile and Gisad, both the Speed Factory drivers now being closer together. Chile is able to recover some positions. I don't think there's going to be any fight between Gisad and Chile since they're both on the same team, and it wouldn't make much sense as they go into
I
the
think they are
chicane,
gonna fight for the fun of it.
probably, but hopefully not taking each other out. Tower hit to
We sure hope
Gisad.
not.
Think
Then we have Govinder actually moving up to P6. Govinder was P9 currently, and now he is looking to maybe take a spot from Tristango. No, not really. He's 4 seconds behind. With Cris Tango, the closest fight we have on track is Cris and Mochi. Something must have happened to Cris because he dropped all the way down to P5 and
let's see if we can
somehow...
find them. Well, we did have him
Oh,
right
someone
there.
is stopping on track. Who is it? It's Train Rider. Train Rider, something is not right with one of the Shadow Racing cars as he's now back into the pits. And I think so. Oh, he crashed somewhere. Turn around. Let's see if also Nezu is in the pits. No, Nezu is not in the pit lane. So we have Yami trying to defend the position from Cris Tango. Sorry, not Cris Tango, but from Juan Michelito. They are currently fighting for P2. And also we have Mochi trying to defend from Cris Tango, of all people. So let's see if we can get an eye maybe on that P4 fight, as now Cris Tango just overtakes the Spanish driver and the Polish is back into P4. So right now our top 10 looks like Falling Falcon, the German driver for Alpha Star Performance. Then we have Nesu, the Ukrainian driver, founder and owner of Hydra Motors. Then we have Juan Michelito, the French driver, also owner and driver of and founder of Tramontaine. Then we have Cris Tango, the Polish driver, the guy that basically makes the setups and prepares the race cars at Hydra Motors. He has been there for, I think, ever since he joined Downtown. He's a flag, surely, for that team. And without Cris Tango, you know, a part of Hydra isn't there anymore. And I truly hope to keep seeing him in those colors because at this point I'm just used to it. I couldn't expect to see him with other colors. Then we have this Spanish driver Mochi driving for Raicorse. Raicorse is an Italian team founded by me. Then we have Gisad driving for the Speed Factory. I don't know where Gisad is from. I have no clue. I think he might be British. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Also, Gluon came back at the chat. Hello, Virus. Hello, iCrafter. And yeah, I'm reading a lot of messages. Sorry if I'm not keeping track of the chat. I will probably read it more later, but I wanted to keep focused on the racing in these first few laps, as we are currently still under the green flag. And I mean, what more can you say? Falling Falcon is just running away with it. And that's what we expect from Falling Falcon. Quick thing, Falling Falcon is actually the driver...
Looks like Juan Michelito is dropping some positions.
Yeah, something happened to Juan Michelito. I think he spun.
We can find
Let's see if we can get our eyes on him. There he is. Yeah, he probably had a spin. He looks fine. The car seems to be still driving. He's now behind GSAD. And as far as I know, getting past GSAD is not that easy. So we'll have to see this fight.
Looks like he is sandwiched between both the Speed Factory drivers. And I think Crafter might have just jinxed Juan.
Yeah, that could be Russian. I don't know. I do not want to know. And if he is, I guess, okay.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I do know Chile, the other Speed Factory driver, is from Sweden.
So we have a Swedish driver racing for Speed Factory. Then we have Govinder, who I know for a fact is British, driving for his own team, G-Force, who at this point, I guess, is also British. And that was a very dirty move from GSAD. I don't know if he squeezed him onto the grass, but it didn't look nice. So we're going to have to look through that after the race. Thankfully, we caught it on camera, on the VOD, so it's going to be nice to see. So, the drivers still on the lead lap are Falcon, Yamiroquai, Cris Tango, Mochi, GSAD, Juan Michelito, Chile, Govinder. And then one lap behind, we have Nesu and Train Rider. Let's read the chat. I'm commentating. Yeah, I mean, it's fine to comment a lot. You're trying to entertain the chat, as I am, so it's fine. G said, this should be sanctioned. I mean, it's not called G Happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Sure. And yeah, right now we are already seeing what I feared was going to be
Rokai
this race.
might
And
have some
something happened. Yamiroquai just went straight into the wall. That is not something you
Could
want
be
to
some
see.
desync. Let's refresh his car. They seem to be fine.
It was desync, thankfully. And the next Crofty request. If you want to help commentate, maybe in the future I'll consider you. We'll see. So, yeah, of course, as I was saying, this is what I was fearing a little bit, to have a lot of people just casually driving around with no fighting near. But as we know, endurance racing is not really all about the fight on track. Of course, there are some great overtaking clips and good racing moments in endurance racing. But the real part, the real core of endurance racing is, first of all, see if the drivers can survive the whole race, if the cars can survive the whole race, and but most importantly, if you have the mental strategy to go all the way and beat the others. That is what truly makes the difference in endurance racing, your strategy. And so far, it's too early to call. We are currently on lap 4 of what I fear is going to be a very, 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 very long night. So, again, like Cris suggested, grab something to drink, grab some popcorns, and prepare yourselves. You're going to leave a wonderfully shaped chair after you get up after the race. Yeah, I might suggest you go take a shower after the race.
Definitely.
Go take a shower. Clean yourselves, all of you.
Oh man, I just had the shower earlier.
iCrafter, the AM race was 16 laps. That's true. But again, the AM race was shorter than the Pro AM race. We are 4 laps in, and we still have 2 hours and 11 minutes to go. So, yeah. Remember, kids, if you can't eat cake at 3 a.m., the second best option is heroin.
Heroin.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We are not condoning that. We are not saying that. Please do not say that. Last time I raced at LeMans downtown, I got scammed. I lost $100 and the stints were 4 hours. Yes, I do remember that, Ricky. I do remember that because the guy that scammed us is one of the very few people that managed to get banned from downtown. So that's wonderful. And we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. The hours, the training spent for that race, for getting absolutely nothing of what was promised. Le Mans from 3 years ago, hell yeah. Anyone want to tune the Peterson race car? I mean, you do you, brother. You do you. So currently, the slowest driver on the lead lap is Chile, who I think has some technical issues. I see him a lot on the side of the track, and it doesn't seem like he's going full throttle. Maybe he has some fuel issues. I have no idea. Oh, something is wrong with this car. He's really unstable on the brakes.
Hopefully he'll be able to pit. Oh, that's really rough driving.
He might have hit something because I think his suspension is broken.
Yeah, he also, good to mention, he's a very skilled keyboard driver, so his input will look a bit goofy to some of the wheel players here. But he is still able to keep it together, so I'm hoping, since he is on my team, I'm hoping for him to have a good result. And also for GSAD.
I mean, yes, but I will also say this. Nesu has won multiple races and championships.
Oh, and we see him spin! But he's able to keep it together and not go in any walls. So that's really lucky for Chile.
I am really convinced that there is something broken on that car because keyboard or not, that should not
Yeah,
be how a car handles at all. Yeah, he's very slow. Yeah, he must have some damage.
yeah. Luckily, still 2 hours and 9 minutes left in the race, so he'll be able to recover. You see Nessie and Train Raider getting lapped. Chile is luckily still far from getting lapped. Um, well, up
Yeah.
here, one of the passes I believe was 3:34 or 3:33 from
The
Jami.
pole lap was 3 minutes 33
Yeah.
seconds from Mana,
Oh, I'm
but
seeing
Mana
in the
didn't show.
sun. Oh,
Oh,
is
he's
he?
into the wall, but thankfully he doesn't get grabbed by the wall. That's yes, that is something that can happen. It's one of the most how you could say detrimental parts of auto beam racing. The fact that sadly in many track ports the walls could grab your car and never leave it, let it go. In some cases it's fine because I mean it's annoying, but you can still like
Oh, and
reset to pits. And he spins again. He's
he
really
has
trying to
just
get
a
to the
little
pit
bit
stop.
to make it into the pits. Hopefully, he's not going to give up just now. The
Yeah,
car
he's close.
will drive like absolute.
Do yes, I do agree on that, but I will say right now he needs to go to the pits and he needs to like
Fix his damage. That
reset his
might.
mind and concentrate because if there is one thing that LeMans does best
Oh,
is shuffling the cards, especially near the end. I mean, see Kubica literally running out of fuel on the finish straight at Le Mans. That was heartbreaking, but the year after he
or
won the
that
whole race.
Toyota just slowing, you know?
Yes, exactly. It happens, and with 2 more hours of racing, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say that there is a script that we already know who wins because we do not.
Now we see Chile here in the
We
pits. Hopefully he'll be able to fix his damage. Now let's move over to the other Speed Factory driver, Gsad, who's in P4 with 20 seconds behind Chris Tango.
yes, he's currently trying to catch the Polish driver. He is 6 seconds behind the Hydra Motors driver. We just had a quick reset to see if his car had any damage. Doesn't look like it. So the closest gap on track currently is in fact GSAT and Cristango, with Mochi still running a strong P5. That would be a good finish for Raicorse. Then we have Juan Michelito trying to catch up to the Spanish driver 11 seconds behind, and Govinder is 53 seconds behind Juan. So for now, the podium places look a bit strong, you could say, but nothing is certain. And it does look like he is gaining a little bit, just a tiny bit every lap. But let's see if he can catch back up to the Polish driver. Currently, Bobert reports that GSAT is losing time to Cris due to tire wear. And yes, that is also something that people should be keeping in mind. We do have a tire wear mod included in this Beam GP UI. We usually tend to use our own, but Beam GP has one included, so we're running with theirs. And we have both fuel consumption and tire wear, so drivers really need to keep that in mind when making their strategies. You'll often see people pit maybe earlier or later, trying to go longer, but of course, if you want to go longer, you also have to stretch your fuel. So the strategy games are truly, truly about to go crazy in the first pit stop window. If any of you in the chat have any questions we could answer, then go for it. Please don't say something stupid. I will not give you the 3 numbers behind my credit card. I will not. Yeah, just normal questions, please. Due to EP1's tendency to oversteer, the rear wheels often tend to spin, which is why we see so many cars skidding at the moment. That is correct, Robert. The EP1 cars are rear-wheel drive this season, and this being a 2000s inspired racing series, we do not have the hybrid engines that we had last year. So these are 100% powered by petrol engines. We have a lot of V10s, and a lot of V12s and a couple of V8s, but not many. I don't think we have a V10 or a V6. So it's really a fight between the European-centered mind and the American-centered mind. So machines, Lobter. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm truly saddened to not see your beautiful Bentley Speed 8 design that you when you were doing your team racing. And I'm more sad to not see you driving my car because you are my driver and you are not driving the car. Why are you not driving the car, brother? Please. But nah, jokes aside. Peterson is V10? That's lovely. Yeah, no, sorry, F1 Racer RP. I was talking to the drivers currently, to the teams currently in the race. But yeah, we love ourselves some V10s. So apparently there's someone in the chat called Paprika saying that Cris, I love you, Cris. Cris, how do you respond to
Uh,
these allegations?
I think that's my buddy. Hello, Papre. I love you too, mate. Hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of this race. LeMans, 2 hours and 3 minutes left.
Some friendship, some love is in the air. You may now kiss your friend. But anyway,
Well, he is walkable distance, so if you did give me a break, I could go over to him. But it is 11 p.m., so it would be weird to go over at my friend's house so late.
let love guide your heart, my guy. Follow your heart.
But I'd rather follow my heart here at LeMans. It is one of my favorite tracks of all time. As an automation player myself, I do really enjoy making hypercars all the time. But I'm not as good at driving them as I'm at making them. See Mochi here. P5.
Absolutely. And if I do say so myself, that Corsa car looks very nice. It's not like I made the car. No, actually, the car was made by Eve, thanks to Jason Short for making the car. Corsa wouldn't be here without his expertise in making engines and cars. I did help with the external design and delivery, and I gotta say, I did a pretty good job with delivery. I know. But nah, jokes aside, I'm still truly happy that we managed to make a car competitive enough to participate in the Le Mans 2.4 hours, even though Mochi just barely made the cut. Actually qualifying P11, but due to many people getting penalties for some changes they made to the cars, he didn't manage to start P5, and it looks like he can keep that position. He's not really being caught upon by Juan a little bit, but he's got a lot of time to him. Bobbert, what did you remove? What message did you remove? Bobbert, what are you doing? What are you saying in the chat? Please do not say bad things in the chat. Ricardo hopes that Mochi wins. I do hope that Mochi wins as well, both because, he's driving for me, so his win is a win for me, but also because I would truly like to see him win after he came so close last year and finished second behind Viper. Last year's race was not streamed, but I was doing race control, and I gotta say, man, having those two fight side by side for the entire race, they were side by side fighting, following each other. Then they pitted, and every time Viper was entering the pits ahead, and after their pit stop, somehow Mochi was ahead. We still don't know how he did that, even because we didn't have the BeamGP like simulated pit stops with all the time and thing. We actually had the drivers get into the pit lane, stop, reset the car, and just leave the pits. And somehow he was just faster at that than Viper, and that was truly amazing. I meant to write an emoji, but you put in the wrong text box. All right, that's funny. I have exams, so. Okay, you have exams. Your excuse, Lobter. School comes before. Still going under the green flag, which is, if I do say so, a miracle. Seeing a green flag race for almost half an hour now. No, maybe half an hour, no, but more than 20 minutes. Yeah, we have done that. Will there be an RGT after this? I have no idea what RGT is, but they say it's good. Okay, so Lobter, RGT is, first of all, I am not saying due to contract, I cannot say what championship we will have after EP1. But I will tell you this. RGT was a series we made that was trying to get inspired by GT4 cars. We actually ended up being kinda in the middle because we had a little bit too much downforce. So it ended up being a series right between GT3 and GT4. And it was a cool series of, again, GT cars where and Catalan Racing made a car so dominant that his team won basically all the races except for one, who was won by Falcon. And the funny thing is that there were 3 Catalan Racing cars on track, even though there were only 2 drivers per team. And that is because at the time we still had customer teams, and SRC, my team, Scuderia Raimondi Corse, had one car that was made from Catalan and another car made from Alpha Star Performance that was driven by Tashi. I drove it was called the Athena. I drove the SRC Athena to a win, my first ever win in downtown in the 75th round, the 75th ever race in downtown that was run at Suzuka. And yeah, it was the sweetest moment of my downtown career. I truly enjoyed it. It was 9 months of grinding to get the win. And right after RGT, I temporarily retired as a driver. And I completely jumped EP1 Season 3. So that's something. It's the same for me. I couldn't participate in this race because of them. Okay, of course, the exams. RGT is GT4, yes, but no, Ricky. They had way too much grip to be GT4. But currently, sadly, RGT does not exist anymore as we know it. It doesn't. It is not one of the mandated series that we have in downtown anymore. But it might return under a different phase in the future. Just we don't know when. Yeah, GT 3.5. Basically, it's that. So, looking back at our drivers currently, we have 1 hour and 56 minutes left in the race. We have Falling Falcon just absolutely running away with this. Around 12 seconds ahead of Yamiroquai. We have Cris Tango 12 seconds behind the British driver. Then Mochi is actually in P4. I don't know what happened to GSAD. Did GSAD pit? It does look like it because he has 2 minutes to gain on the leader, and he's almost 1 full minute behind Govinder. So something must have happened to GSAD because right now he's nowhere to be seen. Maybe he crashed and he had to tow to pits, and that's why maybe he crashed at an earlier part of the track, so he didn't lose that much. Light says, I think the RGT had 270 horsepower, around 300. They had practically nothing, so I wouldn't compare it to GT3. I mean, yes, but at the same time, I will say this: it was, again, it was meant to be closer to GT4, but they had too much grip. So what I meant was pace-wise, they are between GT3 and GT4. It's basically a GT4 with more aero and more mechanical grip. And I think it has been since RGT that we decided to go for the medium compound of tires on automation instead of the softs, because the softs simply had too much grip. And now Falling Falcon is about to lap Train Rider, and this is going to be our first lapped driver of the championship. We do not use the WEC rules here, so the lapped cars do get the blue flags, and they have to move over and let the leader past. The real RGT was heavy and quite balanced, so the mechanical grip was for most people. What do you mean for most people? Brother, what are you on about? What are you saying? But yeah, some people argue that RGT was the last truly the last OG downtown championship. And to some extent, yes. But after RGT, we just had a 2025, all considered, was a good year for downtown. We had EP1 Season 3. We had the first season of the RSC, which did decently well. Then, of course, Alpha made the videos about it, and it exploded. Then we had IRC 2005.
I'm sorry to cut you off here. We've seen Juan pulling into the pits.
Yes, you are correct to interrupt me. Both Cristango and Juan Michelito go into the pits. So the fight for P4, so P3, sorry, currently is frozen with both the drivers in the pit lane. Yami in P2 and Mochi currently in P3. I do know something though. I do know that the Raikkourse might not be the best car on handling or corner speed or top speed, but we do have one thing on our side, and that is fuel efficiency. So I do expect Mochi to go onto some fuel strategy, and maybe, just maybe, we are going to get some positions from that. Let's see how the Spanish driver handles the next 2 hours of driving. Dear God, it's already we are not even half an hour in, and I have nothing to talk about. Jesus Christ, help me.
Oh well. We've seen much here, as you mentioned earlier. Nice car.
Thank you.
And now I guess I can
Appreciate
do a
it.
bit of self-glazing. This is the Golf car I made. The fun
I will
part.
say it's a good car. It's a great car to look at. Oh, and we almost see Chili drop it into the wall. Braking on the grass is not something that you're supposed to do with any racing car,
Must
unless
say,
it's an IRC
sorry.
car.
In the
No, no.
making of this, I had to redo it like 3 times because the poly just was too high, and in the end it's 330 pulleys now, K. And we see Chile pulling into the pits yet again. Oddly enough, I guess to fix his rear damage. One
It
thing
doesn't
about
seem that bad though of a rear wing damage.
could
Maybe he
also
has
be
some
fuel.
tire damage. Fuel, I mean, he already pitted like a couple of laps
Yeah,
ago, so if
so
he already
maybe
needs to
just
pit for
tires.
fuel,
To
we'll
be
see.
fair, LeMans is kind of high in the fuel consumption regard
Oh
because it
yeah,
is just straight, so the engines are just going to roar out. A lot of fuel is going to be used here, so pitting for fuel is a common occurrence.
and
Notice.
Nesu just leaves the pits after he does his technically first pit stop. It is actually his second, and I think we have a
Oh,
fight.
Juan!
Something happened to Juan on the exit of the
And
second
we see a
chicane, and oh
virtual
god.
safety car. And the,
We see our first virtual safety car of the race. I just said that I had nothing to talk about, but we do have something to talk about.
apparently GSAT
What
might have had
just happened
contact
here?
with him. Let's tap over to GSAT to see how he is. He's chilling in the pits there. Hopefully it wasn't actual terrorism from GSAD. He did only swear to kill the shadow driver, so that would be out of character for him. See some rear damage.
We are not, by the way,
Oh,
we
I
are
did
not
leak the secret
condoning any
plans.
kind of voluntary crashing. Please
Uh,
do not do that.
no, ignore that. That was a secret plan. You know, you weren't meant to hear that. They just slipped out. No killing.
Dear God. Okay. Bobbert, if you are willing, I can move you up here. I guess. I don't know. While we wait for this virtual safety car to end. So give us a moment.
Hello there.
Bobbert. Bobbert.
Hello, hello.
Hello there. So you are now in the commentary box. Please don't say anything stupid that the chat can hear. If we get
I
banned
will
on
not.
YouTube, I will come for your life.
Got it.
I am joking, YouTube. Please do not take me seriously. I like to keep streaming. Thank you very much.
So I think Juan might be out of the race now, or I don't know if he managed to drive, but I think that would have taken longer.
We'll have to see. I think
I
this
don't
is
know
his
if he
first
used
time.
his. Yeah,
No, he didn't use his toe to pits. I
alright,
think this
so
is
it
his first time into
might
the
not
pit
be
lane.
over.
Yeah, he might not be over, but
We
right
do
now
see-
he is not in a good position. And Mochi is now taking advantage of the free pit stop. So currently we have both Yamiroquai and Mochi pitting. Can we maybe go to Cris Tango to see where he is on track?
Sure, we can do that for you.
He is quite far behind. We see Yamiroquai leaving the pits. There's
Could only
Mochi.
find them.
There
I
he
hear we
is.
have Cris Tango.
Cris Tango is going towards the Porsche S's. So are we going to see Mochi jumping Cris Tango thanks to the virtual safety car to the positions? This might be a great shape up
We
for
also
the
see
whole
G-Sat there
race.
in the back. Hopefully, the damage will allow him to still will not inflict damage so that he can still fight with Cris Tango. He is almost
With GSAD is only 2/10 behind Cris Tango currently, with a full course virtual safety car, basically eliminating the race and neutralizing it to allow for the marshals to clean up any debris on the racetrack, essentially caused by that crash. We currently do not know how long the virtual safety car will be deployed for. However, if pitting under this virtual safety car, it essentially grants you a free pit stop without losing too much time, as you are not allowed to overtake at all or exceed a certain delta under virtual safety car. As you can see, it is full course green. Full course green. As you can see, GSAD is currently pursuing Cris Tango into the chicane. GSAD going a little bit sliding there. Oh, Cris Tango sliding around the rear.
Robert, so keep talking like this. You are not too high with the volume. But yes, I will say that you made a great explanation of pitting under the virtual safety car, and we have an actual great example of it because Mochi right now is on the podium. He pitted during the virtual safety car and gained the place on Cris, who pitted before the virtual safety car. So that is something. And Juan Michelito is still in the pit lane. He is now one lap down. And it doesn't look like he's going to leave the pits anytime soon.
I apologize for interrupting, as GSAD is currently coming up Cris Tango. He's going down the inside. Oh, he breaks early. Cris Tango goes in, takes the apex. He is sliding.
It looks like they do get squiggly on the curbs here at LeMans, but yes, GSAD almost takes the position on Cris Tango.
However, Cris Tango had the better braking point. Now, for the viewers in the chat, you can see Cris Tango off to the right side on the Mulsanne Straight. Little known trick here is that there is less friction on that outer white part, allowing you to accelerate quite a bit faster without frying your tires, which is why you'll see drivers like Cris Tango off to the right or to the left side, using that advantage to help separate them. As you can see, GSAD and Cris Tango have about a second, no, about 4/10 of a second separating them as they come to the end of the Mulsanne Straight.
That is a great analysis. Oh,
they get
heartbreaking from GSAD.
Very close there, with Cris Tango taking a suboptimal line. However, he still remains out in front with this battle for 4th place.
That is correct. We are seeing GSAD taking a lot of slipstream. Let's see. There is a strong slipstream with these cars. Let's see now. GSAD taking all the suck. Now he's trying to make the move. He's going to go down the inside of the Polish driver.
Down the inside. Oh my
Let's
God,
see
he's
now.
down the inside.
Cris Tango on the outside.
Overtakes. Let's see if he can keep this with taking the apex in the what are these corners calling? And I'm so sorry.
That should be Indianapolis, if I am correct.
I'm going to get a LeMans corner map on my screen.
Maybe you should do that. Can we maybe go on board with Cris Tango for a moment, and we can take a very small break, and you guys can watch this wonderful fight for P4 while we take a short break.
And we're back here.
Uh,
Now, Bobber will take the commentary from Tiz. Bobber, take it away.
All right, so after we had that very exciting fight for 4th place, you can see GSAD is currently pulling away from Cris Tango down the first part of the first bit of the Mulsanne Straight, with Nessie and Train Rider now out of the pits. We'll see maybe that might they might be lapped later on, while Falling Falcon still hold. Oh, and a little bit of sliding, sorry, from Cris Tango there, getting a little bit too comfortable on those curves, now creating a little bit more separation between GSAD and Cris Tango, with about 0.7 of a second between the two. Falling Falcon is currently leading with about 1 hour and 40 minutes left, and he has the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if there's any other action around the track currently, as GSAD and Cris Tango seem to have simmered down a bit. You can switch a little bit on cameras.
Right. Right on. We still see GSAD before. 1 minute behind Mochi, who is in the podium of P3.
A little bit of lockup from Cris Tango there. That could maybe be because his tires are starting to wear down. As I've explained, as I've commented before, with EP1, these cars are very tire wear heavy, since we run a lot more downforce, and these cars do not have your typical driver aids and assists that you might see in your typical road car. With Falling Falcon setting a new fastest lap around the track.
Oh, and we see.
Oh, and Cris, oh my God, and Cris
spinning
Tango
into the
slips.
sound. Hopefully he'll be able to recover, and he will be able to. But that will give the gap. Is just going to grow now, and GSAD will just take it away from Cris Tango.
Thankfully, Cris Tango did not end up too badly in the wall, so he will not have any substantial damage, causing him to be towed back to the pits. As we see Juan Michelto racing down the pits, not the pits, the Mulsanne Straight, with Falling Falcon, our race leader. As Roquai, I just saw, stole Falling Falcon's fastest lap away from him, even though Falling Falcon leads by about 23 seconds from Roquai. The one thing about endurance racing is that you do see a lot of the time, a lot of gaps are created, because again, it's not, your very close racing with lapped vehicles as you see in, for example, RGT or any other non-endurance racing. As we see Roquai racing down the Mulsanne Straight.
And yes, we are currently watching Yamiroquai going down the Mulsanne Straight. Yamiroquai racing now in 2nd place. Mochi in P3. He is now driving with an almost 15-second lead on GSAD before, keeping the position he gained on Cris Tango a couple of laps back. Then we have Govinder in P6, great gaining from starting dead last in P10. Then we have Chili in P7, good recovery from the bad crashes he had at the start of the race. And again, that's exactly like I said, he didn't have a great start of the race. Also, we hear some sounds. Yeah, it was desync. It sounded like Chili's car was damaged, but thank God it's not. And Train Rider currently 2 laps behind with Nesu, and actually Juan is now 1 lap behind. Again, LeMans is unforgiving, and when you crash at LeMans, you usually crash big, because a lap is so long that if you have to tow to the pits, you are gonna lose a lot of time. So again, you never know, and if Chile keeps pushing and others keep making mistakes, what do you know, he might find himself on the podium.
I do believe we saw some heated words from the garage of EP1 from Juan towards GSAT, so I think that's something we'll have to see post-race, how the penalties will affect and everything. Chile taking a lot. I do believe you can go into those tire barriers, you don't have any measurement, they're just there, so drivers can just drive through them.
Yes, but the concrete wall right behind them does have collision, and it's pretty hard. So, yeah.
As we saw with... Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
as we saw with Chile, they're getting a little awfully close. A lot of the time with the Porsche curves, you can go flat out. However, if you take even the slightest racing line and you get a little bit too comfortable, you can end up off the track or even worse, oversteering. So the Porsche curves and the Masson Blanc is a very technical corner because it requires a lot of fine input and precision. You can now continue, Tiz. I apologize for cutting you off.
No, it's okay. You were talking, and like, we started talking at the same time, so it's no problem, really.
Yeah.
Right now, we have Chile being 3 minutes and 12 seconds behind the leader, so Falcon has roughly 30 seconds of gap to Chile. Say 30 because, of course, race pace is slower than qualifying pace, and on a track like this, maybe on a normal circuit, like for example Monza, you can have 6/10 up to a second of difference between race pace and quali pace. Of course, with optimal tires. After the tires wear out, you can even have 2-3 seconds difference between the lap times. On a track like Le Mans, that is like almost 3 times longer than a usual track, those times can like really levitate, like grow a lot from 1 to 2 seconds to almost 6 seconds lower race pace to quali pace. So, yeah, remembering the time that Mana did, Mana is not even racing. Yeah, he might be 30 seconds off from lapping Chile, but 30 seconds is quite a comfortable spot. Of course, also I don't think that Falcon has pitted yet.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yamiroquai did pit.
Now we do see Train Raider entering the pits too. I wonder if it will be for tire. Oh, or a little bit of damage. He might have spun.
He might have spun into a wall, yes.
This might take him about 30-40 seconds, depending on how bad the damage is, as Falling Falcon has also taken the fastest lap of the race. As we see, Roquine Falling Falcon, though being separated by about 24 seconds, has been a lot of back and forth between taking fastest laps. We might see this continue on, or as the race later advances on, and they may not be pitting as much due to being within a 23-second gap, 24-second gap, we might not see this happen as much, though it is a very interesting battle to see who can get the best pace while trying to preserve both their fuel and their tires, as pit stops are very, very valuable, especially when we don't have as many virtual safety cars or safety cars during a race.
That is completely correct.
As Chile locks up.
Another little bit of dissing there.
But I would like to take your attention and drag it on something else. First of all, GSAD is almost 40 seconds ahead of Cris Tango, so either Cris made a mistake, or
we
GSAD
did see Cris Tango earlier when we were gone. He had a bit of a spin, and GSAD just took it away from there.
Yeah,
that's fine. But also, I would like to make you concentrate on the fact that GSAD is barely over 10. I think right now, yeah, he's 10 seconds and 1/10 behind Mochi. He's gaining on the Spanish driver, and he surely wants to take that P3, especially with something like an impending penalty, maybe for what happened with for what happened with Juan Michelito. So GSAD needs all the positions he can take.
Of course, he wants to create as much time separation. Because he doesn't know if that penalty could be 5, 10, or even 20 seconds. I mean, we saw this, taking this from real world a couple years ago, where George Russell did not hand back a place, and he ended up getting a 20-second penalty in Monaco, which wrecked his race for him, expecting only a 5-second penalty. So creating as much separation as possible is very important, as Falling Falcon sets a new fastest lap of 3 minutes, 33 seconds, and 3/10.
So 2 things. First of all, what I said earlier about the race pace being slower than the quali pace just went out of the window, because Falcon just matched. I think he actually beat the qualifying pole position time of 3 minutes 33 seconds and 4/10. So that's crazy. He just did that in the race at lap 14 because, he's Falling Falcon. He can do that. And second of all, you have to remember that what Russell did was taking the position by cutting the track. That's 20 seconds. But here, if the allegations are correct, what happened is that GSAD actually crashed Juan, and Juan is now currently running 8th, 1 lap behind. So this might have some even bigger implications on a potential penalty. We'll have to see that later in the race, but just know that so far in round 1 and 2 there have been dealt some pretty hefty penalties, around even 30 seconds apiece. And if there is someone that does know about 30-second
GSAT
penalties,
pulling
is
into the
Lobster.
pits.
Yes, GSAT currently going into the pits.
So know what
He didn't have pitted yet. He didn't pit yet, so yeah, we were expecting his pit stop. What I'm surprised about is Falling Falcon still not going to the pits. How is he doing this?
well, if I had to guess, the tires are probably very close.
A very balanced car. I mean, we see Juan has actually been lapped by Falling Falcon.
Yep.
Falling Falcon, looking at the stats, yeah, he has actually gone almost more than a second faster than his qualifying pace, which is actually pretty astonishing. Seeing
On
how
14 laps old tires. That is.
Yeah, but also seeing how GSAT and Falcon are able to finesse those cars with 14 lap old tires. Well, that might not seem a lot, but you also have to remember.
Sorry.
LeMans is. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. It looks like Cris Tango is able to take the position back from GSAD. I'm going to try to find them. Oh, but it looks like Cris Tango
something
had
happened.
a bit of an incident there.
I think a spin. Could have been a spin.
Or
GSAD still in the pits.
Contact, maybe.
So
As I see a little bit of damage. I saw a little bit of damage to the rear right of his vehicle.
I mean, if there was contact, there should have been someone ahead of him that overtook him, but he's behind Mochi, as it should be. Either maybe he had contact with a lap car. I have no clue, but I do hope that it was just a normal spin and no damage for the Polish driver.
Of course.
So now Mochi actually has almost 1 full minute on Cris Tango. Let's go. Let's go. What can I say?
As you can see, GSAT, you can see a lot more now in his car, how he's a lot more comfortable. The car is reactive and it is turning properly now. As I was saying before, 14 lap old tires may not seem like a lot, but when you keep in mind how long the Le Mans circuit is, it definitely does a lot on your tires.
Yes, and also remember that these cars have a lot of power, and it all goes to the rear tires. So
yeah,
they do tend to skid a lot, and every time you take even a slight spin or like just a drift through a corner, you are cooking your tires. So quite amazed.
As G said, Falling Falcon sets a new fastest lap, while Juan Michelto, also known, is it Juan Michel? No, that's not. Is Juan Michelto? Juan Michelito is going into the pits now. I wonder if this is just a normal wear or if this could be potentially an incident with damage to his vehicle.
I have no idea. Can we maybe go to Juan, even though if he is in the pits? Can we see where Falcon is, please?
Sure.
Actually.
Yeah.
Because he was close to Falcon.
Here we have Falcon, the German driver.
Wait, where is Falcon actually on track? Is he at the start of the Mulsanne?
Yes. He is.
He could have simply just went to the pits due to tire wear.
Yeah.
But no, wait. Juan is now 2 laps behind. What?
Yeah, I think he might have gotten lapped by Falcon.
Oh, that's why Falcon was ahead of him. He lapped him again. But hey, I am wondering, did we just miss Falling Falcon pitting during the virtual safety car? Because it makes no sense that he's doing fastest laps with 15 lap old tires. I am sorry.
Potentially.
It makes no sense. It's been almost 1 full hour of racing, brother. He cannot have the fuel. The fuel is not enough to do this.
So we might
as we hear Falling Falcon's tires sort of locking up down by Florandier as he makes his way down to the Mulsanne corner. Potentially coming up on Chile now, maybe being able to lap him within the next 3 to 4 laps with only an hour 30 minutes left of the race.
That is truly amazing. But I will also tell you this, that if you look at the gap between Mochi and Cris Tango, Mochi now has less than 50 seconds to Cris. So Cris is quite much faster than the Spanish driver on the single lap. But a 47-second difference is a lot to make up.
It's a
You
lot
have
to
an
make
hour
up.
and 20 minutes, but
GZ
Of
right
course,
go
but you
under
also
there. Sorry.
you also have to remember that they only gain about a tenth to a 20th of a lap, 20th of a second every lap. So it is a very slow process to catch up. But again, trying to catch up is a matter of tactics with pitting, and being also just consistent with your racing, not trying to, be too aggressive. As you see with the G-Force car up ahead, being a little bit squirmish there. As you can see, he's probably panicking a little bit with that car behind him. Who is that?
GSAT.
That is Governor ahead. As you can see, he's being a little bit panicky, trying to keep GSAT behind him. Though GSAT seems to have a little bit more of the dominant car, because GSAT is on a fresher set of tires as he goes down the inside after Rouge. As GSAT overtakes Governor and is in 5th place. However, we could see this battle extend down to L'Arc.
ooh, we almost
the
have some
first
contact
chicane.
between the two. Let's see if the British driver is going to try maybe another attack down in the first chicane. Doesn't look like it. Govinder gives out the position to GSAT. GSAT, of course, has more pace in newer tires, and overall he has been faster today.
As you can see,
Let's see
Governor
with this amazing camera work. Truly wonderful scenes right here. We have a very good
Governor
close-up.
is catching up. He is getting a lot closer now, only being about 45 meters or about 3 car lengths ahead of GSAT as they now go into Florandier.
I did not know that was the name.
I have the map. But you can see Governor's vehicle of that G-Force is being a little bit slidey. Which makes me question, will this continue down to the Mulsanne corner, maybe even into Indianapolis and Arnage? Or is this it? And will Governor stay in 6th place, sorry, for now, due to his tire wear and his vehicle?
I have a request.
And Governor is a little bit slidey.
Almost loses it. I will have. There is a chat request for you, Bobert. Light is asking you to call him Govinder and not Governor. Please call him the right way.
What is in Governor?
Govinder, yes, Govinder.
I apologize.
It's fine. It's fine. Also, we have some cheering. We see some cheers in the chat. Actually, Caslezi cheering for Govinder. So let's go. We actually have some great fans.
We have some fans. We have a good fan base. I mean, hell yeah. With DTMA, we definitely are with Downtown Racing. We love to see the community being built up, as that's what we're trying to do with these live streams. We're trying to expose not only these amazing vehicle creations that people spend weeks working on, but also, showing the racecraft involved and also publicizing us to, not only build our community, but have even bigger and more eventful races just like this.
Absolutely, as we now see Chile after he just got lapped by Falling Falcon. Falling Falcon is moving even faster than we might have expected. He has already lapped Chile. And right now, there are only 6 drivers on the lead lap. First of them is Govinder in 6th place, around 1 minute of driving ahead of Falling Falcon. Then we have GSAT, of course, just overtook the British driver. Then we have Cris Tango, around 15 seconds in front of GSAT. Mochi, who is almost 50 seconds clear of the Polish driver. And Yamiroquai, who is comfortably sitting in 2nd place, 1 minute ahead of Mochi. And of course, Falling Falcon, leader of the race. He has been leading for the end from lap 1. He was not starting on pole. Cris Tango was our pole sitter, who qualified just better than Mana. But of course, ASP cars will do what ASP cars do best, and that is drive fast and win and dominate.
As you see, Juan Michelito, sorry, I probably butchered that, in the pits now with being lapped over 3 laps. Not a great race for
just a bit of desync, don't worry.
Desync. Not a great race for him. I mean, he's holding on, but geez, 3 laps is crazy.
If I know Juan, this might have been the last stroke. If it was a crash, he doesn't have any more total pits, so he might have retired.
Yeah.
Chile is in the pits. Juan
Chile's-
is now 4 laps behind. Something is wrong with that car. Either he is retiring or they had a pretty big shunt because he's taking a lot of time in the pits.
I don't think I
Uh,
can find it on the camera, so I think he might have left the server. I do know we had 16 people and now it's only 15, so he might have had a rage quit. Or kind of common to see here.
It
Uh,
wouldn't be the first time that Juan Michelito rage quits out of a race here in downtown. He does tend to get pretty passionate about the racing. We know him a lot for crashing out about the rule sets and the racing, especially when there is someone that drives unsafely on the track. I do get his point because, of course, he spends a lot of time making the car and practicing for the races, and it's not nice to just see
Understandably
people
so.
drive recklessly and ruining your race.
I've
So
actually met
course.
him before, almost a summer ago in a WEC styled event, and he was one of the most competitive drivers there.
he
The
is a
memo,
very fast driver,
yeah, the
yes.
memo was to be casual, but he was anything but casual at that event, so I am kind of familiar with Juan.
He tends to get things pretty seriously, and he likes to be competitive. As we see, Cristango almost crashing it into the wall, tapping the
Yeah.
gravel on corner exit of Indianapolis. That was very tricky, but he's still here. He's probably experiencing that tire wear already, even though he pitted what 4 laps ago. As we are now 1 hour and 22 minutes into the race, and almost an hour has passed. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's good.
perfectly.
Sorry, I
just
thought I
letting you
had some. Yeah, I thought
No.
I had some connection issues because I couldn't hear you. But
No,
yes,
you're having amazing commentary. We're sitting and admiring it.
I'm flattered. I really am flattered. I mean, I've never done this. Like actually, I've done it for fun, of course, for
Yeah,
DRC.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot.
Thank you. Um,
As we see
what's
Chris.
interesting on track right now? What is interesting on track right now? Chris Tango going into the pits after G's had almost caught up with him. Wow, the pace difference between the Speed Factory team and the Hydra is something really. I didn't expect Chris Tango to come into the pits. Does he have damage though? Is that just desync or does
I
he
would.
actually have that damage?
I think it is damage because I have seen him having a little bit of rear right damage for the past couple laps now. The Hydra cards are definitely very competitive as we've seen over the past seasons of not only just EP1,
No,
though
of
it
course
does.
not. Hydra is the winningest team in downtown history. So
Yeah.
that already tells you a lot. I would know. I was there when we won the HyperGT Season 3 championship, and I think Hydra is still the only team that has won the major series of HyperGT for all the seasons in HyperGT. So they do know how to win that for sure. And I will just say this. I am now saddened to confirm that Chris Tango has quit the race because we just went into the pits with Juan Michelito quit the race because Chris Tango went into the pit lane and we did not see the French driver. So Juan leaves the race. Tramontan is completely out of LeMans. Sad to see, of course, the home race for them. Not nice. I do hope to see them come back stronger for next round because I know that team. They have a good heritage in EP1, and it would be just sad to see them drop out of the championship.
Chris Tango is still in the pits, and so is Juan Michelito.
As I said, Juan just quit the race because he's not in the pits.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to dig up more information about, vehicles because I know that there has been some talks about, I forgot which team. I'm trying to look through the information right now that has actually switched powertrains due to issues earlier on in the season, not generating enough power. I'm trying to see if maybe that is potentially the Alpha Star performance car. Though that is highly doubtful as the top 2 leaders in the Pro-Am class is Falling Falcon and Mana with 124 points and 103 points.
Yeah, the ASP is the fastest car, clearly by a mile.
Clearly, very much as the next racer down is Jami with only 78 points. So almost a 30 to 40 point difference between the two.
Yes, and I will say this, Yami has been dropping the pace because he's now 40 seconds behind Falcon. He was around 30 2 laps ago. So Falcon, either he's going even faster, but I don't see any purple laps from him recently, or Yami, he's just not able to keep up the pace. He has been quite a lot since he did his pit stop, so
Of course.
it's been an hour of racing. These guys might even be tired. I mean, for the
Yeah.
Europeans, and we are mostly Europeans here, it is 11 p.m., almost 11:30 here, so that is something to take note of. And we have Mochi here, who is just doing his race, minding his own business. He is almost 1 full minute ahead of GSAD. He is taking it in. He's just enjoying the race on his strategy. 1 minute behind. He's 1 minute behind Yami, 1 minute ahead of GSAD. He's in no man's land. He's fine. And as long as he keeps doing this, I'm fine with it. I'll take the
Of
podium.
course.
I'll take your podium. Still
But
1 hour and 18 minutes left, so anything can still change.
oh,
course, I
absolutely,
mean,
that's for
as
sure.
as we see, I mean, we said that following Falcon, though he's not setting purple laps, he's definitely setting purple sectors. If you look at the bottom left of the screen, you can see the chat here. Every once in a while, there will be a fastest sector. Yeah, as you can see, falling Falcon is once in a while is setting fastest sector times, which definitely shows that he is keeping up the pace, if not exceeding it. Though he may have some minor slip ups in other sectors that may kill his purple laps.
Yeah, that is truly amazing. He's putting up a great performance here. But I mean, what can you say? First of all, he's Falling Falcon. He's known
Of
to do
course.
this. He's famous for it. I mean, Falling Falcon, if you expect something from Falling Falcon, is that unless he's trolling, like racing with suboptimal cars just to have fun with in the pack,
Yeah.
you expect him to take the lead
Mhm.
and run away. He won
He is-
DRSC Season 1 like that. And shall I remind you that Falling Falcon is to this day, at least in the modern era of downtown. Of course, if I talk about the good old days when there were 4 people in every race, when it was a crowded race, it's easier to have this statistic be equalized. But
course.
in the modern era of downtown, or at least ever since I have been in downtown, Falling Falcon is the only driver I've ever seen win a three-peat, because he won the prototypes in EP1 Season 3, he won the GT cars on Race Room in DRSC, and he won Rally in IRC 2005, back to back
Of
to back.
course.
So that was probably the most dominant period from a single driver. And
Yeah.
apart from the fact that he won EP1 Season 3, even though he only won one race in the championship, that is very funny, he did win 6 out of the 10 DRSC races in the first season, and he did win 5 out of the 8 rallies of IRC. So what can you say? Falling Falcon is a name synonymous with dominance, and that's the end of it.
Of course.
And right now, you are seeing arguably the best driver in downtown modern history. Maybe on pace, he's not the best, because I'd argue that guys like Mana or Kate are faster than him on the single lap.
Of course. However,
Falcon-
following as you, sorry for interrupting you, but like as you see, Falcon, with a race, though you may not have to be the fastest, you have to be the most consistent, and that's what matters the most, is knowing your car and staying consistent. As with these
absolutely.
endurance, especially with these endurance races, you can't be pushing your car every lap. You have to, find a sweet spot between driving slow enough to preserve your tires, but also driving fast enough to stay ahead of the competition. As we see Falling Falcon, as we see Falcon executing that perfectly.
Absolutely, I couldn't add anything more to that. He's just been
course.
driving effortless. It's almost effortless. He makes
Yeah.
this look so easy, and the best part is that he's not holding back. He's completely pushing.
Yeah.
He's going flat out. The thing that is truly helping him is that he's so clean in his racing. If you
Yeah.
watch Falling Falcon race, the one thing that will leave you scared, not even amazed, scared, is how consistent he is doing the same line, the same times, lap after lap after lap. And as I was saying, you are seeing arguably the best driver in recent downtown history and he's driving a car that
And
was
if you-
made by the single greatest car engineer in downtown history. Because this car, even though it's from Alpha Star Performance, is made by Kate. And Kate has won so far, I think, more than 10 constructors championships in downtown. So
it's practically like that, like bringing us back to real life. I'm sorry I keep doing this, but it's practically the.
I'm seeing
the
finally pull
Hamilton-
into the pits.
Oh, Falcon is in the pits now.
finally,
Finally, I mean, he's done about almost 260 kilometers on that single stint, which is amazing. But as I was saying, you know, Falcon and Kate are like, you know, the Hamilton and Mercedes dominance of the of the original V6 hybrid era of Formula One, of just absolute and total dominance.
yes, I do agree on that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they started driving together. The first championship that they did together, they did it as teammates. They raced in
Yeah.
ABM, which was an old format that we did, that actually a friend of ours that we haven't heard of in a long time, but I hope he's doing okay. Sauerkraut, he did host ABM because the championship we had here, CSR, was a little bit of a flop. So he decided to do his own thing, ABM, and a lot of people joined.
I
And-
apologize, but Roquai is also now going into the pits too.
Apparently, yes. So we
yeah.
have the first two drivers in the pits. Mochi
With the
now
t-
2 minutes behind Falling Falcon, and GSAT is gaining on him. After
Yeah.
being almost 1 minute behind, he's now 40 seconds behind. So Mochi taking it very easy on the throttle, I will say.
I definitely wouldn't expect any sort of what do you call it now? Any position change, as Falcon was in the pits first. He'll be leaving first. As you see
surely.
right there, Falcon is right out of the pits, right on the throttle. Roquai is in the pits too, but like we said, Mochi is almost 2 minutes behind. So we'll see absolutely no, a minute and 30 seconds from what it looks like. So we'll see absolutely no grid change here, which is, you know, not only is it a benefit of Falcon's flawless racing and pace, but also a good use of his tactics to make sure he pits in a way that gives him that tactical advantage to come out ahead. I mean, Chile just unlapped himself, but, you know, as we see Falling Falcon in his pace, it's inevitable he's going to catch up, and he's going to lap Chile again.
Absolutely. There he
Poor
goes.
Chile.
I think he's gonna lap him
Yeah,
just
he's
right,
gonna lap
basically
him- lap him.
right now.
Lucy
Yeah, as
moving up to
Chile,
P2.
as Chile should probably be expecting blue flags either by L'Arch or Floriandier down by the Mulsanne Straight. So,
And I am
wouldn't be surprised to
amazed
see him
because
lapped again.
Mochi now takes P3
Yeah,
from
you're gonna be very happy
Yamiroquai.
about this.
Mochi will
Sorry?
be very happy about this with P2. As we were talking about before, Falling Falcon and his flawless racing, if you're to look at the top left of your screen with the current positions, you see Falcon has absolutely no penalties or warnings whatsoever with his racing, which is just a tribute to how clean his racing is and how flawless he is. Though I do not want to jinx this.
Let's hope we didn't jinx it for him. He's been dominating, and I do want to see him win this race because he deserves it.
Of course.
So right now, Yamiroquai 30 seconds behind Mochi. GSAD is only 4 seconds behind Yami. Yami, of course,
Ooh,
with the
wait.
fresher tires. Chile fighting with Falcon to keep his position, but of course he's gonna have to heal.
Train
And-
Rider is also in the pits now, even before Nessie also overtook him. I don't know. It was one of the yellow Shadow racing car. Is it a Shadow or Rye? I forgot. Sorry.
Train is Shadow.
Shadow looks like being in the sand a bit. You definitely moved the camera a little bit fast though.
Maybe he just crashed into the wall.
Of course. But one thing I do want to start discussing too is we do see with EP1 with a lot of the even here tire wear is quite high, especially with all the high-speed corners, which definitely brings up the question for me: how will Spa turn out? Is it in 2 weekends from now?
It should be
I believe
2 weekends from now. Yeah,
in 2 weekends
we
now.
do race and pause.
Yeah, that definitely brings the question for me, and something I definitely want to discuss is how will Spa come out with tire wear and strategy, because Spa is a very tire wear heavy track, as we see with Air Rouge taking that almost nearly flat out. And with EP1 being very rear tire wear heavy, I definitely would expect some of the cars to maybe spin, God forbid, on there due to, you know, maybe sending it too hard or even just suffering from tire wear.
Yes, I
Or
totally
sh-
agree. And if we
right.
look back, one of the most memorable moments in downtown history is actually the start of last year's EP1 race, where Jason Short E just absolutely nuked himself on Eau Rouge, went straight, and gave us one of the loudest screams ever recorded in human history. So loud that it almost broke his microphone.
Some might say louder than the volcanic explosion, the loudest explosion ever recorded.
That is not ridiculous. That is not ridiculous to say.
As we see, Falling Falcon sets the new fastest time in Sector 1 with only 18 seconds, which is quite astonishing, actually.
Absolutely crazy.
Though the sectors on LeMans are quite small, because it is quite a big track, nearly 6.5 kilometers. As we see him again setting a purple Sector 2. Could we maybe see a new fastest lap of the race?
We could, but I am also a lot interested in this fight between GSAT and Yami. Even though GSAT has older tires, it looks like he is gaining a little bit on Yami. I mean, it's almost like a rubber band. They keep getting closer, and then Yami keeps pulling away.
As Mochi goes into the pits again.
As
Chris Tango setting a fastest lap. I couldn't tell if it was a lap or a sector.
But I will say this. I think it's a good thing for Mochi to pit now. Of course, he's doing very long stints.
Of course.
And GSAD will have to pit soon enough. He is on a long stint now, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna need to pit soon. So right now we have Falling Falcon still in the lead. He never lost that, and yeah, he's just running away with it. Then we have Yamiroquai in P2, 1 minute and 17 seconds behind Falcon. That's crazy. Yeah. And Yami goes back to P2, and now we have GSAD moving in P3, taking the place of Mochi. And right now I'm also interested in seeing if Govinder overtakes the Spanish driver. And we also have Cris Tango almost 1 minute behind Govinder, or more than 1 minute behind Govinder. What happened with Cris?
Do you think?
I don't know. I mean, he's been setting pretty fast sector times, especially in Sector 3, as we saw on the bottom of the screen. I wouldn't be surprised though if Mochi does make it back up to maybe on the make it back up to the podium, as we do have around 17 more laps, as we see Govinder go into the pits too now.
That's what I was expecting. I'm also expecting a pit stop soon from GSAD. He has been on these tires for a long time, but I am worried. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have at least a third pit stop from every driver.
A little bit of lockup and a little bit of sliding there, as Falling Falcon also sets a new fastest sector in Sector 6. I'm getting reports from Govinder's pit wall that he was down to 1 liter of fuel left, which is quite precise. And he definitely played that stint out very well, and definitely used every last liter, not even every last liter, every last drop in that fuel tank.
Absolutely. I was about to say, Govinder hasn't pitted in a long time.
Yeah.
It shows 1 liter in the fuel tank is not enough. It's really easy to overestimate how fuel you have left. See, Mochi in round 1, he sadly, due to also some UI issues, didn't see that his fuel was running out, and he ran out on the back straight of Daytona. So not even that far off the pit lane, but we ended up getting a double DNF. And today, he's doing a great job in keeping it consistent and running in the high part of the grid. So I'm very, very, very happy.
And sorry to cut you off here, but I do think Falling Falcon will lap Cris Tango very soon here.
I'm sorry, but Falcon now sets a new fastest lap, 6 seconds faster than his qualifying time.
Excuse me, what? Pace. What lap did he do?
He did a 3:31, and his. I'm looking here right now at his qualifying times, he did a 3:37.4.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's
I wouldn't be
truly
surprised.
something.
I wouldn't be surprised if he would be driver of the day, even though we have almost an hour left. His going from what? Going from a 337.4 to now 331 point. I think it was 0.2. That's astonishing.
And the best part is, he makes that look effortless. It's almost like he's not even pushing. That's crazy.
This championship fight is going to be not neck and neck, but it's going to be close between Falcon and Mana. However, Falcon being nearly 21 points ahead of him, I wouldn't be surprised if by Spa that it's already been decided that he has been, the new EP1 2000 champion.
It could happen, and I will also say this. Kate, one of the winningest driver in downtown history, I think he's the driver with the highest number of wins. Either him or he's second right behind Nesu, but I think he should be first. He just said, I can retire. Falcon did a 31. LOL. Brother. Brother.
Falcon pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. I mean, we saw this, in real life too. I believe it was in Singapore, where Hamilton beat the fastest lap that was like physically possible by data simulations.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if maybe Falcon sets a 3-minute 30 lap, which would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, right now we're looking at Falcon, but do we really need to watch anything else? We are literally witnessing greatness. This is amazing.
As Falcon is coming up on Cris Tango now. I mean, if we want to put this into perspective, Falcon doing a 3:30, the fastest lap ever done was by the Toyota TS050 Hybrid for the 27 Le Mans, which was a 3-minute 14. And keep in mind, that is a much lighter hybrid powertrain vehicle with a lot more refined technology. So seeing Falcon do this pace in a prototype Le Mans vehicle from 2000 that is just straight petrol power with no...
Would you do me a favor? Would you look up the fastest lap on the 2000 Le Mans grid, please? I'm curious.
Of course. The fastest lap was set by Alan McNish driving the number 9 Audi Sport Josette Audi R8. He clocked a 3-minute 37 and 350 and then 359.
So Falling Falcon just outpaced the single fastest Le Mans car of the 2000s by 7 seconds.
Not even that, but his let me see here. His qualifying lap is about 20/10ths of a second off of that pace, which is very, very astonishing. I mean, this was set in qualifying, and that time was also in qualifying too, while Falling Falcon here is beating 2000's Le Mans records with probably a slightly less underpowered car. I mean, the Audi R8, if I'm not wrong, was the diesel car that they used. That
Absolutely.
was... which is amazing. I mean, diesel was a massive advantage here, but here we see Falling Falcon running on, what is it, E100 Ron unleaded fuel here.
And he's running a
only
V12.
Running a V12, so he's having not only is the V12 stupid heavy, but he's also running quite a bit of weight in the back. So with V12s, I mean, with my car too, not trying to, say, hey, I'm the best here, but like with our Peterson cars, we have a lot of issues in the rear even with V10s at only about 160 kilos, throwing our rear around because it's just so hard to balance those huge engines. So seeing Katsi, and I obviously GSAD also in the pits now, but continuing on, but seeing Katsi being able to construct such vehicles with that astonishing balance, especially with such a heavy powertrain, and seeing Falling Falcon execute this level of racing, especially on a non-qualifying lap where you're running probably a fully loaded vehicle with I think it's about 60 liters of fuel, is amazing.
I have only four words to say. Falling Falcon, Matteo Catalan. That's it.
Yes.
You see Nessie also in the
Nothing
pits.
more, nothing less.
Nessie in the pits now, but I mean, I would not be surprised if we see a couple more seasons of when Katse and Falcon are working together in the same ASP cars,
But I have to interrupt
having
you there.
dominance.
I can tell you right now, either this or the next championship might be the last one for a while for Kate as a constructor. He already retired his own team. So
Yeah.
Catalan Racing does not exist anymore. One of the winningest teams in downtown history, and he just joined AlphaStar to have lower effort because he's really busy right now with uni, and he will have to leave for Erasmus later on. So
But
he will not be able.
Sorry, but it's been quite a couple of seasons with that with Kate's supremacy in constructing those vehicles, and then especially with Kate departing, I wonder what we might see from Falling Falcon if he'll be able to finesse cars that may not be as good as the ASP vehicles currently, or if maybe he will maintain the same pace. I mean, we saw that. We saw that in real life with how Hamilton and Mercedes were dominant in that V6 season, but then the second Hamilton moved over to Ferrari, we definitely saw a drop in performance from him because he wasn't. They weren't like we had the best driver in the world, arguably, next to I will say Ferrari is a great team, but it was nowhere near as good as how Mercedes and Hamilton was able to cooperate, especially now with Falling Falcon, as we see Chili's in the pits. Chile heading into the pits for a normal
I will also
stop.
say this: we might want to move over to GSAD because we are about to have a great fight on track between GSAD and Mochi for the podium. And GSAD is actually being followed close by Train, who is hoping to unlock himself, I think.
Yeah.
That is really something. And I know this is crazy. First of all, we are officially under 1 hour left in the race, thankfully.
She gave us about 10, 15 laps.
Yes, and I will also say this. Look at the time that GSAD has on Falling Falcon. GSAD is almost 3 minutes behind. We could see Falling Falcon lap all the drivers except Yami Rokwai in P2. I mean, Yami is 1 minute and 29 seconds behind. There is a big gap. That is 2 full minutes from Falcon to Yami. So I'm not expecting him to lap the British driver, but lapping both GSAD and Mochi, 100% doable, and that is crazy.
As we see Train Raider, and is that Chile? If I'm not wrong,
GSAD?
This is GSAD.
GSAD and Train Raider heading down into Indianapolis, and then down now to Arnage. I mean, it definitely looks like they're pulling away, but Train Raider is definitely starting to become a little bit closer now in the corners. I mean, we could potentially see a fight in a lap or two down by maybe by Tetra Rouge or even the Musan Straight.
We might see that, but I think Train Raider is doing a little bit too many mistakes. And right now, GSAD is only 6 seconds behind Mochi. So we might want to stop looking backwards and start looking forwards, because we might start seeing the Spanish driver appear in front of GSAD. And I gotta say, I'm sweating. I am worried.
This is incredibly exciting race. I mean, will Mochi, will he maybe fold under pressure and make mistakes, or will he maybe have that same level of consistency we see within Falcon? I mean, we'll only tell in a couple laps time, as they're only about 300 meters apart, which is definitely like maybe 3-4 seconds. So we can definitely see a fight within the next couple laps, or even within
the next lap.
I would say next lap, especially with the pace GSAD is holding. As you see, they're getting very close to the Fort chicane, now heading down to the Dunlop curve and into the S's.
I'll be honest, if I was Mochi, I'll let GSAD by.
Yeah.
He clearly has more pace, and I am 100% sure that Mochi is on a different strategy. So
of course,
right now, the most sensible thing is let GSAD go.
As we see, GSAD and Mohi both, both pass by the Tetra Rouge, heading down, barreling down the Mulsanne Straight. I mean, we can definitely see GSAD is catching up on Mohi. Maybe we can change the camera over to Moki and maybe look on the back of his car. As we see, they get very close down now by L'Arc. They start to go down to the first. Is that a chicane? I guess yeah, first chicane. Oh yeah, they're getting incredibly close now.
I think GSAD is close to also having slipstream.
Yeah.
He's only 1 second behind. That's crazy. That's crazy how much faster over the single lap.
He's gained nearly 3 seconds within a couple of corners, which is impressive. Yep. But maybe now we see that Mohi is using that trick, using the shoulders of the straightaway in the Mulsanne Straight to gain that extra level of speed due to less friction. With GSAD, he's definitely falling behind. Oh my god, he is getting closer now. As we see Chris Tango enter the pits. But continuing seeing this battle, we can definitely see this pulling down to maybe the Mulsanne corner, down to Indianapolis and Arnage. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he even overtakes him. As we see, he's getting very close now, pulling out to the right, out of the slipstream
here. Let's see, under braking, great braking by Mochi on the corner exit. And I fear that the corner exit is actually where GSAD gains the most. Of course, then the slipstream.
Yeah.
There is some dirty air, but the dirty air has been worked on and drastically reduced from round 1.
As we see him, he's gaining meter by meter down the right side.
Let's see maybe from a TV camera if we can see the overtake happening. It's okay, it's okay. GSAD actually overtakes Mochi.
GSAD overtakes him. As
Let's
he takes
see,
the inside,
hoping
down by...
no contact.
Ooh.
All right, hard braking.
Into Indianapolis and now Arnage. GSAD is now ahead of Mohi. Maybe we'll see a little bit more fighting.
Absolutely.
I believe that is the wrong. You see Chile hitting that curb a little bit too hard. Maybe a little bit of damage to suspension, or maybe even his floor there. I mean, we don't have any Venturi tunnels, as these are not ground effect cars. But definitely maybe a tiny bit of damage to the underside of his car. Maybe we could see a pit in a couple laps or two due to that.
We could. I just wonder right now. Mochi let GSAD by. That was a smart move from him. But I wonder,
of course,
are we about to see one pit stop, like only one extra pit stop, or two from GSAD?
As we see Chile and Chris Tango now swap places because Chris Tango is in the pits. Nearly everybody's lapped except Mohi, GSAD, and that requires Jammy, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's Yami. I mean, GSAD and Yami have penalties. So depending on the actual severity of those penalties, we could maybe see a different outcome of the podium.
I don't know how big those penalties are. I have no idea.
Of course, they could be minor. They could be maybe 5-second penalties, but they can also range up to 20-second penalties, depending on the severity of those incidents that, DTMA will definitely be reviewing after this race and coming out with official statements. So definitely stay in tune for that in the EP1 2000s announcements channel on the Downtown Discord server, which is linked down in the description below, if I'm not wrong, correct?
Yes, in the description of the live stream, you can find the link to join the Downtown Discord server. You might want to do that. Hello, everybody. My name is Welcome.
And even then, and then not only that, you can see can you see EP1 2000, the announcements there. You can also head on over to the teams forum and see what is going on between teams, whether it is technical upgrades for the entirety of the season, or if it is track specific upgrades. Especially like that powertrain swap that I was talking about a lot earlier, that I'm still trying to figure out because I cannot seem to dig it up.
That's understandable. If you want to also look into the YouTube channel, you can find the VODs for round 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the RSC Season 1. Sadly, the first round is lost to time. It's lost media because we did it on the Twitch channel, but we didn't know how to save the live stream, so it's sadly lost forever. And then you can find the entirety of Season 2, the VODs, in a specific playlist, or just in the general channel.
And DRSC2 is definitely very interesting and a lot more competitive than, let's say, this. Not competitive as in like not a lot of competition going on, but it was a lot closer racing as they were as it was a spec series silhouette racing GT series. With in race room, which arguably has better physics than BeamNG.
It has better physics kind of for driving. I mean, it's
better
of
driving
course
physics.
a racing simulator. It's meant
It's
for
a
racing.
racing simulator.
BeamNG is not meant for racing.
Is that who's that? Is that Train Raider and
yes.
Falling Falcon, right?
No, this is Mochi.
Train Raider, yeah, and Machi. I wonder where trying to unlap himself, I'm assuming.
Yes, trying to unlap himself on the Spanish driver. I don't know if he's gonna go for the move.
Ooh, he's getting awfully close there, trying to get down the inside of that apex down in the, what is that? Is that the Mulsanne corner? Is that in...
No. It's Indianapolis. After Indianapolis. We're going down.
Yeah,
we're going up to the Porsche curves. That is a lot of overspeed from Train Raider.
Now, I have seen this quite a bit of Train Raider. Is he does get close, but he does. Oh, as you can see there, he gets very skittish sometimes down the Porsche curves and the Ford chicane, as he tries pushing his car very hard. But he does seem to be a little bit skittish. As Chile is going into the pits now.
I am worried because Cris Tango is still in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Chile in the pits here. Let's see.
Oh no, I don't see Cris Tango in the pits. I think Cris Tango has retired from this race.
Cris Tango has retired. Could that maybe be because he was towed back due to terminal damage to his car? I mean, as we've discussed before, you can only have two towed pits before you get disqualified from the race. So that would be a DNF from Cris Tango, sadly, as he cannot race anymore.
Sadly, our pole sitter, and I'm so worried for Mochi right now. I am not liking how close Train Raider is getting. I know he's a lap car. He has the right to unlap himself if he is faster, but staying this close behind, I don't really like it. Also, Mochi is 3 minutes and 10 seconds behind Falling Falcon. Falling Falcon is only 20 seconds from lapping him. That is worrying.
But seeing, not trying to throw shame on Train Raider, but you can see how he's very skittish with his car. He's sliding all over the place, and I would be very afraid. I'd be very afraid if I were Mochi, having a driver like Train Raider behind me and having a car that's that skittish, potentially maybe taking me out in the corner, which could be a very hefty penalty for Train Raider. As we see now, Mochi trying to utilize that curve, that shoulder as
Train Raider goes for the overspeed on the straight.
Himself.
Yes, Train Raider with more speed down the straights. Mochi brakes a little bit harder, doesn't want to get in a fight. He has his,
of course.
He has his strategy.
He's
going for fuel saving. So
of course, but we saw Train Raider there trying to get out of the L'Arch. As you can see, he was skittish. His car snapped oversteered. Sorry for the voice crack there, but he oversteered a tiny bit, and you saw he had to correct there as Mochi throws him back into the 2 lap ahead. Train Raider now taking the inside of Le Floriander, heading down to the Mulsanne corner.
Yes, I truly hope that Mochi just lets him go. There is no reason to fight with him.
Of course, Train Raider is only about a lap down now. He is still lapped by Mochi, but by only a lap. So as Mochi, I wouldn't be worried by that. Why is...
I do believe Chile might be retired after towing too much.
I don't know. Could be, but
Train Raider being shown the blue flag. Let's see, will he follow that blue flag, or will he continue on pace? I mean, there's definitely a lot of separation between the vehicles, but the marshals are showing him the blue flag. Not now. He's definitely seemed to keep the pace to get the marshals saying, yeah, he's fine. But as we saw a little bit earlier on, as now we get down into Indianapolis and Arnage.
I will give you a little bit of inside knowledge. I see that Jason Short, the engineer of Rycorsa, is in the voice chat with Mochi. So I'm pretty sure that he is giving him tips on the strategy and how to handle the situations. I'm pretty sure he told him to let Train Raider by. He has had a couple of issues racing lately in downtown due to his connection, but if there's one thing that he does good, is the race strategies.
It's
And
strategizing.
Mochi's strategy almost got him a win in Daytona
Yeah.
due to the fuel usage. So
Having
I'm pretty sure he's going for one less pit stop than everyone else this race.
Yeah, I mean, trying to cut out one pit stop is definitely substantial, nearly eliminating 30 to 40 seconds from
I'd say even more. I'd argue more.
Probably even more, because you have to slow down and get into pit lane. But Sassen Short E is amazing on the pit wall with how he's strategizing currently with Mochi. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised right now if over the radio E and Mochi are talking about how he should let Train Raider by and not take the risk of Train Raider maybe potentially taking him out.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty sure. Yeah.
You can definitely see what is that Train Raider's. Oh, something happened. Sounds like sounded like a strike on Mochi's undercarriage of his vehicle. Though no visible damage, so he will continue racing on.
Could have been just, high downforce. Also, I am afraid to confirm that Chile has indeed retired from the race because he hasn't moved and he has lost 2 laps.
Might actually just have a penalty. Did just get a message from him, but I'm not entirely sure. On another topic, I did get some insider knowledge here. Apparently, the new ASP engine is heavily exploiting a loophole, and one of the teams is wondering whether they should report it or do it too.
Of course, as the constructor of the Peterson OKX racing team, we've been discussing this too. There's a 600 horsepower cap on the vehicles, but also something called performance rating, or no, performance index, which is limited to 430 flat. Now, the exploit is now when you get into the higher up RPMs, you want to have your horsepower dip down substantially, which lowers your average horsepower, which also lowers your average performance index, giving you insane amounts of power advantage in the mid-range RPMs, as you're allowed to now boost that horsepower and even that torque up. I mean, we see in some cars.
That is something interesting to know that I am not fine with, and I will push to have banned.
It is very interesting, because that was something I was also struggling with my V10 engine, was that I only have about 441 Newton meters of torque, when you see other vehicles running close to 1,000 Newton meters due to this exploit, which is why you see some of those cars with those exploits being rocket ships out of those corners. As with insider knowledge, Chile is not in fact retiring, but he is serving a lot of penalties. So he's indeed not retired, but he is serving substantial amount of penalties, which will definitely affect his outcome of the race, which will not be a great day for him if he can't make something happen within these next 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I do believe it was an incident with Juan, which caused another flat tire, then leading to the penalties.
Of course.
That's what I heard from Chile directly, but I'm not too sure about this statement.
I will say 2 things. Mochi is currently around 8 seconds ahead of Falling Falcon. And Mochi, Falcon and Mochi are the only 2 drivers without a penalty on track right now. So that's something.
Yeah, which, is a tribute to their clean racing and their amazing consistency with their vehicles. It's almost as if they were created with the vehicle programmed into them. Yeah, they are literally one with the car. I mean, not only that, but the amount of coordination needed between your constructor, that is desync. But seeing, you need absolute coordination between not only your drivers but also your constructors to not only design a car around the driver and the regulations, which were very not tedious, but very exact and specific, which created a lot of loopholes or a lot of gray areas that teams are now trying to exploit. But also seeing how sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here, but you need to see how they are communicating between their constructors and their drivers to actually create a car that is perfect for them.
Absolutely. I am now analyzing with Mochi being 30 seconds behind GSAT. Of course, both Mochi and GSAT will need to do at least another pit stop. I am now currently worried that everyone will just do one more pit stop. 39 minutes of racing left. They have been at this stint for well over 40 minutes. So
with Train Raider now being shown the blue flag, Mochi now laps him, so he will now be 2 laps. Lapped. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh my god.
And Train Raider spins.
Train Raider spins, and I mean, he was definitely poking his nose there, trying to get in the apex, even though it was Mochi's corner. So DTMA could definitely maybe show him a penalty after this race, knocking his position down a little bit potentially with that time penalty. Maybe. I mean, it was definitely not.
I had no words.
It was. It's not. You know, not very clean racing, and it was definitely not appreciated by Mochi. I mean, Mochi was probably not saying some great things in his cockpit and his helmet.
I don't know.
Definitely not
Mochi
happy
is a
with
very
Train
calm
Raider.
driver. Mochi tends to be a calm driver. But I will say this. I am the team owner, and I am not happy.
I mean, as a commentator, I'm not even happy with that kind of performance, especially when you're showing the blue flag, being that competitive with a car that is 2 laps ahead of you. In my personal opinion, and a little bit of lockup there, and a little bit of twitching that could be that potential damage to the front end of his vehicle after poking his nose into Mochi.
But I will say this: can we have a camera on Falling Falcon?
Sure.
Because
here you see
he's
Falcon.
the man catching both of them up. Is he warming his tires, brother?
I mean, to be fair, he could just spit and not lose any position, or just fight with Jamie, because he has almost a 2-minute lead there on Jamie. That's quite insane.
Of course, as falling, if I were Falling Falcon, I wouldn't be surprised if he's warming his tires. As you know, he's going now into Indianapolis and Arnage. It definitely doesn't look like he's pushing it too much, as we haven't seen any purple sectors being set by him. I mean, he's definitely pushing his car, but he's not pushing it to where he needs to be very considerate of his tires and his fuel.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am just amazed by his performance. Oh, and GSAT
goes into the pits now.
So that could give Mochi back the position.
That could give Mochi back the position, giving Mochi a potential podium.
Of course, we still have to see if Mochi needs to pit again, of course.
Yeah.
But I am curious to see, will Mochi pit now, and how much penalty does GSAT have? Because, of course, he did have a penalty before pitting. So Mochi does not go into the pit lane.
Oh, Mochi goes ahead.
GSAT was 30 seconds ahead of Mochi before the pits.
Train Raider pulling into the pits now.
Train Raider pulling into the pits, definitely with some damage after poking his nose in Mochi. As Train Raider enters the pits now. Yeah, Mochi is now in 3rd place. And Falling Falcon enters the pits too now. With about a minute and 41 seconds ahead of Yami. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to drop any places. It was about time, as he is on lap 30. I expect to see maybe about 10 more laps left in this race, as we only have about 30 minutes, and each lap is about 3 minutes and a half.
Govinder is sliding a bit over the place. So Mochi now leaving the pit, and Govinder will resume the race after still ahead of Falling Falcon.
Yeah.
And I think he is.
Nessie enters the pits too.
Yeah, everyone is going to the pits.
It is pit-stop-mania now, as everyone is trying to get the freshest set of tires on, trying to get the edge on the final 4 to 5 laps of the race. Nessie with some front-end damage too.
Yep,
I wonder if he maybe he slid out and hit a wall of some sort, or if he touched a car. I would definitely be surprised if he touched a car, as he was definitely alone for a lot of his stints, as we see Govinder in that beautiful green G-Force racing car, not going into the pits. Oh, it's a little bit comfortable there. Hits the grass, sliding around the Fort Chicane.
I will say this: GSAT is already gaining on Mochi. I am curious now. Mochi still hasn't pit. Both him and Yami need to do their pit stop. But Mochi actually got a penalty for the first time in this race, probably due to
course.
simply track limits.
Track limits. I wouldn't be surprised if he got track limits, especially since he was sliding around after Train Raider knocked him out or nearly pushed him off or forced him off track. As we see a little bit of lock up there from that what's that Speed Force? Speed Force? Speed Factory vehicle. As we see Falling Falcon sets a new sector 2 time of 9 seconds, and we have, if I'm not wrong, is that Yami just entered the pits too. So we definitely see a lot of pitting is going on now as strategizing. I mean, a lot of teams now are starting to come to the realization that with the final 4 or 5 laps are quite substantial. With some fresh sets of tires, we can definitely see a little bit of...
Yes, but I have a question. How big of a penalty did Chile get? He was 1 lap behind the leader, and now he's 5 laps behind. That is almost 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
What did you do?
I'm starting to question now, did he commit war crimes? Did he violate the Geneva Convention?
I have no idea.
With the amount of time he's spending in the pits, was he just simply a breach of DTMA racing conduct?
Potrebbe essere il rapitore di Aldo Moro. Potrebbe essere lui. You will never know what I just said, and you shall not know. So, the most interesting fight on track currently is, of course,
Train Raider could be lapped again.
As now we see Governor in the G-Force, Train Raider in the Shadow Racing, and Falling Falcon in the ASP. Could this potentially end up in a fight? I mean, Falling Falcon has lapped both of them. So, I mean, I would expect the blue flag. Oh, a little bit of twitchiness coming from Train Raider, but we could definitely expect the blue flag to be shown. I would definitely be worried as Falling Falcon because with how Train Raiders has been driving recently while being shown the blue flag, trying to stick his nose where it doesn't belong.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And he got some insider knowledge from the Speed Factory. Apparently, GSAD might not have enough fuel for the end of the race, so this will be interesting. We could see
Yami and Moki swap spots now. Yami
that makes
now.
No sense.
Yami,
with some serious damage.
GSAD takes it wide. Definitely looks like a bit of damage. Maybe he
it
hit
wasn't
the
GSAD,
corner.
It was Govinder.
Oh, sorry. Didn't I say Governor?
Nope.
I said GSAD. Yeah, but Yami just re-overtook Mochi after doing his pit stop. And right now, Mochi is 17 seconds behind ahead of GSAD. Of course, Mochi still needs to pit, but with the fuel problems that GSAD might be facing, could we see another pit stop from
potentially
GSAD?
So? I mean, if he doesn't have enough fuel to finish, and he tries to push his car, it could end up in a DNF, which is worse.
Oh, we see Govinder going to the sand.
Oh my God! As GSAD goes out, could
Govinder.
that maybe be a VSC? Oh,
Govinder.
sorry, Governor goes out. Could that be potentially a double yellow or a VSC?
Doesn't look like he just rejoined the track. Could he be going to the pits to fix some damage?
Oh,
Let's
no
see.
damage.
Looks like he's not going
No damage. He saved it.
But
But
That
definitely,
is truly amazing.
definitely a yellow would have been shown in that sector for a tiny bit.
Probably, yeah.
Train Raider.
There was no contact, so yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy
Amazing save right there.
by Govinder. And right now, again, I shall remind you, the only 4 drivers still on the lead lap are Falcon is in the lead, and then Yami, Mochi, and GSAD. But wait, these gaps don't really make a lot of sense. GSAD was not 20 seconds away from Yami. How is it this close? Something is not working.
GSAD and
Maybe Yami was set up by the pit. If you think about it.
But I mean, GSAD also pitted. He was P3, but he was not 20 seconds behind Yami. There was more distance between them. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. I forgot if it's Governor or GSAD who have the fuel issue going,
GSAD.
maybe for GSAD going for maybe a 4-stop strategy now to prevent himself from doing a DNF from lack of fuel.
I can confirm right now. I'm checking over the race. I'm looking at the replay. Lap 27. The gap between GSAD and Yami is almost a minute and a half. How is he only 20 seconds behind Yami right now?
Magic
It's one of
G-Sub.
the world. It's one of the 7 mysteries of the world.
Apparently, as Castellesi is informing us in the chat, apparently Train damaged Govinder on overtake. That is interesting.
We did see a bit of contact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I as Train Raider, I would definitely be scared a little bit now at the end of the race with DTA. DTMA definitely could maybe put some hefty penalties on him. I mean, I'll maybe even deduct some points from his racing license with how he's been driving quite a bit unsafely in the final couple laps.
Could happen. Could happen. You never know. It's not like you have a DTMA member in here.
As Mochi enters the pits now, too.
Mochi needed, of course,
Mochi,
his pit stop.
of course, yes.
I was just waiting for him to do that.
Of course.
I don't think he's gonna lose the place to Govinder. Pretty sure he's fine on that regard. Who is also in the pits? I think it's still Chile.
As Mochi now drops down from the podium and G-Set overtakes him.
Yeah, that was to be expected.
was to be
G-Sad
expected.
was ahead of him before he went into the pits, and
Oh my god! Train Raider!
Train Raider!
Jesus Christ! That is definitely a VSC.
we might need a
Don't
virtual safety car. We just saw Train Raider absolutely lose the car on braking for Indianapolis, and he almost
Yes.
took out Govinder. And why is
Nessie.
it still green flag? Nessie.
Oh,
Oh my
spinning
god!
again.
Jesus Christ!
Towing.
Train Raider has been towed to the pits. We can definitely expect now a virtual safety car to be deployed.
Are we though? This is absolutely no. This is incredible. We just had a car basically spun in the middle of the track and no virtual safety car.
Of course.
We might
yeah.
need to talk extensively with the race control.
With the
because
race
this
race
is
control,
crazy.
because that is unacceptable. There's going to be debris all over that track, especially now since he first spun out, nearly took a car. There's going to be debris all over, as I now see in the radio between Shadow Racing Team that he doesn't think this race was worth to do. But there's going to be debris all over Indianapolis and in the entrance of Arnage because of how uncontrollable his car is.
I'm not sure if there's gonna be any debris because he resetted, so everything just got clean from the track and basically.
Yeah, no, but
this car got reset, but
I'm yapping for the realism.
it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But I like it.
as
I like
Govinder
it.
in the pits.
Govinder is entering the pits now too.
That is interesting. I am more interested though on GSAT. I would keep an eye on GSAT because he is the one we should be keeping an eye on, because he's the one that is currently struggling with the fuel. Can we actually see his fuel gauge from the cockpit?
Barely, since it is getting cut a bit.
Yeah, we can't see it, but it definitely doesn't look like to be in the double digits. So he's definitely probably going to be pitting in this next
Well, I
lap.
could load
driving
the
on
UI
fuel.
for you if you do wish.
Maybe could you toggle it on a moment just to see the fuel?
Sure. Let's see. I think it was the.
It's just
going
the
to be in your
speedometer.
in your tacho.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah, he's definitely down on, what is that?
No, he's less than a quarter. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So he is on less than a quarter of fuel. Yeah, he needs to pit.
Oh,
Very
fuck.
much so. It is visibly dropping.
G-Sad also now maybe having to serve a penalty too. I mean, he's definitely going to probably have to pit for that, or he's going to have that deducted from his race later on.
Oh no, that's that on the right. So yeah,
We could definitely expect a pit within this lap or next. Now,
Yeah,
to everybody
absolutely.
joining us on this live stream, we are currently streaming EP1 2000 at Circuit de la Sarthe, Le Mans, France. Falling Falcon has had a phenomenal race with absolutely clean racing all across the board from him, and multiple fastest sectors and multiple fastest laps, breaking the year 2000 record for the turbo diesel Audi R8 by nearly 6 seconds. No, a second and a half. No, 6 seconds almost.
race pace 6 seconds. Compared to
pace.
the quali time of the Audi, it is only 1.5. But the
Yeah.
point is, the Audi did it in quali. He did it in race. That's
Of
crazy.
course, yeah, which is crazy.
I am
Especially if that-
afraid that Train Raider actually retired from this race.
Yeah, me too.
And
I wouldn't be
Chile at
surprised
this
too,
point.
because his train leader was very frustrated over the radio, speaking of his race engineer at Shadow Racing. I mean, Tiz, you're owner of Shadow, correct? Just double checking.
No, I'm the owner of Rai.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
The owner of Shadow is currently in P2.
Yeah, but as Yami, I would definitely be a little bit disappointed in that DNF from him and that kind of attitude towards his race engineer, and that will definitely be discussed after the race. I mean,
absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was maybe brought up by DTMA for racing conduct over live broadcast and radio, but we'll see later on.
Maybe.
To anyone else also
I will say this, I am still puzzled on how GSAD managed to gain so much time on Yami. Something isn't right here. He is not supposed to be this close to Yami. The math is not adding up. How is he this close to Yami?
I mean, maybe Yami, I mean, has had a couple of pit stops that have definitely been a little bit slower, but maybe GSAD has definitely been playing this strategy very well.
Okay, right before GSAD's pit stop, okay, he was 1 minute and 17 seconds behind Yami. Then he pitted, of course, and after Yami's pit stop, how was he only, what? No, he was still 1 minute and 50 seconds behind. What?
Odd.
Oh, Covender having a little bit of sliding there.
Okay, no, something is wrong with GSAD. So he was 3 minutes and hold on, the quality is so low for no reason. Please make it high. Okay, so he was 3 minutes and 50. He was 1 minute and 49 seconds behind Mochi, and then all of a sudden he just skips to 2 minutes and 32 seconds. How?
Maybe Yami could have spun that we maybe not have seen. Who knows?
What the?
Could be possible.
We'll have to review it.
I am so puzzled. I will.
It could just be a timing error.
We
We did have a few issues with the system in some other races, so that could also be a possibility.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, we are watching Yami. Where is GSAD on the track? I don't think I think GSAD is actually 20 seconds behind them. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
What the? I am so confused right now. GSAD currently down to half his fuel tank, I think.
I don't think that's half. Still
Yeah, no,
a bit more.
I'm pretty sure he can go to the end.
Now, with about 21 minutes left in this race, that leaves about 2, 3, 4 laps left. It'll definitely be interesting to see what will happen now.
Just this bit.
Yeah, get rid of that taco.
I mean,
maybe not even get rid of it. It's definitely lovely to have that there.
Yeah, it's good to have information on the cars to see actually their speeds, what gear they're in.
I think,
let's see on the straight actually GSAD's top speed, and then let's check someone like Mochi's or Yami's, so we can compare the top speeds of these drivers.
I mean, with GSAD sitting about 3/4 of a tank left, I mean, I don't know what what was that team called again? Sorry, the Speed Factory car has done, but you can see the engine is sitting relatively cool, especially after pushing it for so long now.
But I am also afraid that that indicator might not be correct because I remember Mochi complaining that when he ran out of fuel in Daytona, he said that the fuel gauge looked fine and then he just suddenly dropped all of a sudden. So I wouldn't really trust it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that could be definitely be a telemetry failure by the teams or even DTMA. So we'll have to maybe look into that in between the off weekend and figure out what's going on there.
I do
Absolutely.
think, I'm not sure if Mochi is actually a minute behind, but because then GSAD could just pit casually. So that's a bit odd there.
No, I'm pretty sure that Mochi is 1 minute behind. I mean, you don't see him at the back of the Mulsanne straight, and the Mulsanne straight is very long. I am just okay. Mochi just got lapped.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
right now, the only drivers that are not lapped are the drivers on the podium. That's crazy. But I am so confused. I am so confused by this literal jump in time from GSAD. It
Again,
makes
I
no
think
sense.
it's best we just call it spin from Jami or some incident, because I think that's like the only way to explain it.
A minor incident. Oh, and
Incident, yes. Well, I
it
do
happened
think,
down in turn 3. Just a minor incident.
yeah, I do think
The wise
GSAD
words of Charles Leclerc.
might get a free pit if Machi doesn't catch up. So then the fuel might not even be a problem. But it is 19 minutes until the race ends. So that's gonna be interesting to see.
Oh my!
GSAD
Oh
is
my
just
word! That's definitely going to be investigated by DTMA officials there, as Sazonhort E Open Airways is talking about how he wants Falcon to crash. That's definitely not. Oh my God! Somebody now also
Yes!
trying to bribe.
Yeah.
Trying to bribe. That's definitely going to have to be investigated
well,
there for
to be fair,
sporting
I don't think
conduct.
Brother.
anyone
Brother.
else would complain. I mean, as a Speed Factory owner, I'd be happy if GSAD had a P2 instead. So, Falcon, please do crash.
I am not gonna say anything about this. I will have you know
Well,
that I am a DTMA member and I am not happy with what I'm hearing over
Of
your
course, yeah,
commentating.
that is definitely got to be investigated, and maybe even
just
penalty
joking
or
here,
suspension.
obviously.
That's
Brother,
that's
I was
definitely
talking about
very
what you guys are saying. Stop
unsportsmanlike.
accusing other people, and stop saying that you want to see people crash. That is not cool. Don't do that, please.
bad.
Exactly, very unsportsmanlike.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just so confused. I'm just so
As you
confused.
see now, Falcon going down by Arnage, heading into the Porsche curbs in a bit. See just that beautiful Speed Factory, blue and
Oh,
orange.
geez, that almost
Gold.
loses it on the acceleration for
Yeah,
the
a little bit
Mulsanne. That's
twitchy.
crazy.
I will thank you for that because I did make the Speed Factory.
As Govender sets a new fastest Sector 3 time of... Oh, and Falling Falcon setting also a fastest Sector 8 time of 6 minutes and 58 point... No, 6 seconds and 58.
That's interesting.
I mean, again, I mean, we see a lot of straight line speed from these vehicles, but I wonder now how will they perform in Spa, as it will be a very downforce heavy setup.
You know what makes no sense at all?
What?
I'm still checking the replay. When after GSAD did his pit stop, before doing his pit stop on lap 29, GSAD, or even lap no, yeah, I have to go further back.
We do see a bit of heated words between Saisin and all other BTMA members there. So,
Yeah, sorry?
a bit of some heated words. And we see Nessie in the pits. Step over to Nessie.
Yep. Nesu is in the pits.
Almost
Nesu,
16
even
minutes.
though he is 3 laps behind, he's still going, and he's still going to score some great points for his team. Okay, so I will say this. When GSAD pitted, or right before pitting, I will say, he was 2 minutes and 54 seconds behind Falling Falcon, okay? 2 minutes and 54. After his pit stop, he then was around... Oh wait, no, because Falcon pitted right behind them. Okay. So it was 2 minutes and 54. But then how is it possible that at one random point of the race, he happens to be 2 minutes 30 behind when he had a penalty and Falcon did what? I have no clue.
I think just like got this from my. You've been talking about your confusion for the past what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. I'd be concerned if he has a illness of some sort in his head. You know, he just keeps forgetting. That could
That's
definitely be
crazy.
dangerous. That could
That
definitely
is
be
crazy. I
could
will
definitely
not
be
have you in the commentary booth anymore.
Nope.
You are not
My
commentating anymore.
Uh-oh.
No. Now,
My
jokes
apologies
aside,
there.
it's
Jokes
okay.
aside,
We
no,
have
it's
15
definitely
minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
14
As
almost.
Yami sets the new fastest lap of the race. It's insane how these Falling Falcon and Yami have now been, you know,
40.
but has now been like, you know, trying, like, been going back and forth, and Falling Falcon held on for a while. But yeah, 2 minutes 40.
How did he do a 2 minute 40?
That doesn't make sense because the fastest lap he saw was at 2 minutes 31. Definitely something. The fastest lap that Falling Falcon said was a 2 minutes 31.
No,
3
minute 31.
Sorry. I think
No,
I might
like,
be the one.
that's the problem.
Guys,
That's the problem.
it's a
He
fucking
just beat the
loss.
first lap by 50 seconds. What the hell? What the
Fuck.
hell? What the hell?
Place your itty bitty mouse.
All right. Anyways, so right now it looks kinda set in stone with Mochi and Walla behind and GSAD well over a minute ahead. Even with the big penalty, the only thing that could throw GSAD off that podium is if he needs to pit again for fuel. Could we maybe get on GSAD to see his onboard and see how much fuel he has?
Oh boy.
He doesn't have that much. It was like 22 minutes left, and he had 2/3. Now it's 12 minutes, and he has 1/3. Could he run out of fuel right at the end of the race?
Oh, he's stopping.
Oh,
Did he run out of
what?
fuel now? GSAD?
What happened?
Did GSAD run out of fuel?
We must drop. Why is there no flag? Can we maybe go and see if the other drivers are no? The other drivers are still going.
This is
What the-
definitely via C. I mean,
on.
a vehicle
Hold
stopped on track.
Give me a moment.
Could be decent from
What
GSAD.
the-
Just gonna give
Oh my god.
Mark is just gonna catch up to him. Did he run out of fuel?
What the? That. Okay, hold on. Let me go and check very quickly.
And no,
what
he's starting back. He's starting
Oh, no.
back.
He's turned back.
What the?
So he might have maybe has some connection issues, but that's gonna just get Mocky very close to
That's-
him. As
Virtual
the-
safety car has been deployed now. Definitely, that's gonna now, as we've discussed before, that is going to neutralize the race. You cannot overtake and you cannot exceed a certain delta. So, you may see drivers now like GSAD maybe potentially heading over to the pits to get.
Hold on, though. Hold on. No. I'm gonna go and ask him in the voice chat because this is not normal.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a moment.
This is
Right.
definitely interesting.
See you.
But yeah,
Yeah.
with GSAD,
Hopefully that was on purpose.
that could definitely be maybe a pit stop. You see, it does have to serve a time penalty.
No. I think
But the VSC now, from what we see with race control, is ending. So it green flag now with racing. But that definitely is something interesting. Could it maybe a internet connection failure, or was it genuinely maybe he had a Mercedes powertrain that decided to turn off on him, like Lando Norris in FP1 on Friday?
I have absolutely no words.
What happened?
Oh, well,
Oh
he's
god!
going back.
And the suspense continues on. Dun dun dun.
Sorry, as I was saying, I have absolutely no words for what I just heard.
And that is
Apparently, GSAD voluntarily stopped on track because he really needed to go to the bathroom really bad.
You know, that's definitely disappointing. I mean, he could have done it in his race suit. I mean, there has been instances like that before. There's definitely been instances like that before where, you know, race car drivers have done it in their race suits because, you know, you can't hop out of the car mid-race. So yeah, this will definitely be maybe investigated by DTNA for, you know, pissing under track.
No, brother.
Under track conditions, which,
Brother,
you know, could be
no,
a
no, no, no.
breach of
It's
sportsman
even
of
more
racing
important
conduct.
than that. It's even worse than what you're saying. He literally stopped, not even out of the track. He stopped in the middle of the track for well over a minute,
Yeah.
and just
For
that is not safe.
yeah, trying to give the lizard a walk, give it a leak under a green flag on the middle of the track. That is very dangerous to take a leak, take a whiz under a green flag in the middle of the track. So that will definitely be investigated, talked about, maybe even penalized.
Apparently, Castellesi is asking to disqualify GSAD. Ah, that is not crazy. That's not something crazy. That's not crazy to say. I might disqualify GSAD. I might ban GSAD.
Potentially.
That's crazy, though. That is absolutely crazy. Biblical scenes I have never seen. I mean, we've had people eating while driving, but I have never seen anyone stop in the middle of the track to go and take a piss. I mean, he could have done that during the pit stop. That would have lost him less time. What the hell?
Yeah, that might be a DTMA. Will definitely have to look into that. There might be a potential disqualification for GSAD for.
I'm still trying to
taking a
understand
whiz.
how he gained all that time. I mean, yeah, but I'm still confused about it, so I will check on that later. And
maybe
with
that
this-
isn't maybe something that isn't to check on though, because I mean, whizzing on the middle of the Mulsanne straight. I mean, he definitely hopped out of that vehicle, went over the barrier to leak. I mean, maybe that definitely got rid of that time gap that he has between him and Yami. So maybe that doesn't have to be investigated later on. Who knows?
Eight minutes left in the race now. Green fuck. Sorry. Green flag is still out.
I am so confused.
I am speechless too. I am that
Apparently, we had a random join the server who just got promptly kicked, thankfully. So we have 6 drivers left running in this race with Nessie.
Is that desync?
Hmm?
I was about to say, is that desync for Govender? I mean, I saw him doing a Scandi flick almost. Oh my god, G said.
I have no idea.
Who, Jamie?
Can we check the situation on fuel for GSAD?
Sure we can. Not
No,
running
I think
two.
he's fine. He's fine, he's fine, he's fine.
But yeah,
He's
thanks
going
to the
to the
marshals for, kicking that streaker off the track, because that is definitely dangerous.
Yeah. As
I'm sorry. I can't keep
What
a straight
happened?
face. No, saying that there was a streaker on the track, I can't keep it straight. I don't know why I found that funny. You have to be quite creative with this kind of stuff.
Brother, can you believe it that we actually have activists trying to stop even the Autobeam LeMans race?
For real, it's getting out of hand now. I mean, maybe it's the AI data center people who are against that kind of stuff. Who knows? Maybe Forza Horizon, some funny.
Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon. What the fuck are you saying? G-Son.
Govender enters the pits now.
I mean, good for him, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder why there's only 6 minutes left. Oh,
I think
is
he
that
had damage.
desync? I think it's desync.
Could be, I don't know. But yeah, nah, GSAD is completely fine with the fuel.
Yeah.
I will discuss with DTMA. I do not like this kind of behavior on track. You cannot just stop on track on purpose.
Of course.
Penalty, apart from the fact that he just cut the final chicane, but bruh. So apparently, Castellesi says that there was wheel damage for Govinder. That is sad. That is very, very sad.
Apparently, I just had the garage. He said apparently he peed his pants, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a dangerous driving strike for GSAD, as in sporting rulebook 1.2, dangerous driving, leaving the track without good reason, taking a whiz on the Mulsanne straight off to the side and leaving that track is definitely not a good excuse. So that will definitely be will be a penalty struck down on GSAD later on.
Oh, let me see. Falcon about to lap him.
Oh,
think GSAT might give him the way.
He said trying to unlap himself, though I don't think he would like to take any risk of falling Falcon, as that could definitely end into a heated driver rivalry, maybe even some lost points there on his
Trust me,
license.
it wouldn't be a rivalry because
Not a
GSAT
rivalry,
is
but definitely
is nowhere near falling Falcon. I'm sorry.
but not even rivalry, but just some distaste between the two. As you can see, Falling Falcon and GSAT trying to use Slipstream, but Falling Falcon and GSAT trying to use that shoulder trick on the LeMans track. Oh, some locking up there. Falling Falcon is pulsing his. Oh my God, Falling Falcon. Oh my God.
Biblical scenes, I might say.
Both try to get way too close to the apex of the corner. Definitely riding it way too much. And then bouncing on it too, and getting knocked off of it.
Pause. What the fuck? No. Pause, brother.
Pause. Oh, as you see, what's his name? GSAT also now getting a little bit too close on that outside now too.
And I will tell you one thing. If I'm seeing this correctly, let me check from the stream on my desktop because I see it better. I think GSAT is has 1/6 of a tank left, but I can tell you right now.
Oh wow.
Falcon has 2 laps to go.
Yeah, but even with that, it's only about. Oh my God. Even with that, there's about 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. So that would only be enough to complete one more lap.
No. Like after this, there is another lap. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if GSAT has the fuel. They might have been right on the fuel situation for GSAT. This is actually biblical. But I'm pretty sure he's going to get a penalty for what happened with Juan. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a penalty for what happened for him stopping in. I swear, I am not fine with this. Jokes aside, I am not fine with people stopping.
Yep.
I mean, I can understand moving over on like a shoulder of the track or on the gravel.
Dead in the center of the Mulsanne straight.
In the middle of the straight, no, I am not fine with this at all.
Put a new rule in for 1.2. No unsportsmanlike stopping on track.
No
to piss.
pissing.
No pissing on track.
But I mean, I can understand if you really have to pee really bad, but you do that in a safe manner. If you have to stop the car,
you put one hand on the steering wheel and you take the other hand and then you use a bottle.
Yes, but the worst part of all of this is, brother, the pit stops in these are from 40 to over a minute long. You can piss during the pit stop.
To be fair, he was kind of far away from the pits. He could have gone earlier, but that's a question for him.
He had 2 minutes to hold it in. He would have been fine. We could have taken a ratchet strap to make sure he didn't piss himself.
From what he told me, by the way, detail that I did not want to know, he was basically pissing even before getting to the toilet. That was a horrible image. I did not want to know.
Bro was pre-firing. He was pre-firing before hitting the target. So not only are we seeing racing strategies now, we're also seeing Rainbow Six strategies of pre-firing before hitting the target. As GSAT has a massive lockup down in Arch.
God. Maybe the smell of the piss is getting to him.
Does he actually have any fuel left?
I don't know, but he probably pissed in the tank, so probably has a little more.
Oh shit! My computer fell off the fucking
I'm sorry.
table.
I need to lock it up and actually do proper commentary now.
No.
And
It's fine.
As we're on the last lap of the race.
Should probably be more conservative about his fuel, considering he doesn't have much left.
A little bit of twitchiness.
He should not be conservative. You know why? He needs to run out of fuel.
And then another from another message over radio calling. Let's see. Can we see the chat, please? Govin, a specific person that we should not talk about because we not want to be demonetized. So
who said that? Who said that?
10 something.
10 tip.
10 tip. Oh god.
So we're going.
You know
what?
Cris, is Speed Factory your team?
Sadly, yes. Why?
You do know that I will probably nuke all your drivers.
Ooh.
I do not care.
That is not okay concept. We do not want to have politics involved in this racing as...
Neither politics, brother, please. The race is being streamed. Can you not say that in the chat? Please. I can understand if it's a live stream that is straight up just unserious. I know we've been just saying jokes at this point, but please just keep it professional. Getting heated, I can understand, but saying stuff like that, brother, please. Also, I'm afraid that Govinder might have the fuel to go to the end.
Oh yeah! Oh, a little bit twitchiness there from GSAD. As we see him coming around the Porsche curves now.
Can we go to the leader, since you know...
Flat out now to the Ford chicanes.
We might want to actually stand up, all of us. This was the greatest performance I have ever seen from a single driver. Falling Falcon. Just won the 2.4 hours of Le Mans.
Jesus. Falling Falcon is now...
He has, brother, 2 minutes and 41 seconds of a lead over P2. Brother, these are not the 1960s. What the fuck did I just see?
As he now does donuts on the track, I can see flares coming out of the grandstands. Bright red for ASP. This was an amazing performance. I'm sorry I'm not standing. I do not currently have pants on. But this was an amazing performance from Falling Falcon.
Brother, please don't give us the fun little details.
You don't need the details, bro. Please.
But this was an amazing race.
So, GSAD goes over the finish line, finishes B3.
Saibao.
5.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
As that Melky now finishes P4, he will definitely he'll definitely be happy, but definitely not too happy as he had podium right in his grasp. Now, sadly, only 5 vehicles will cross the line out of the 10 that started, as Juan Michelto DNF'd 26 laps ago. Chris Tango DNF'd 15. Same thing with Guest 137692225 and Train Raider 11 laps ago.
Guys,
I think someone like pulled your internet.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I was saying that Guest 376 is Chile.
Yeah.
We're still just gonna call him Guest 237 because that's what he is.
Nesu is actually still driving. I'm pretty sure he's still finishing his lap. He's gonna finish in P6, giving points to the Hydra team. But yeah, I have just witnessed the single greatest performance I've ever seen in Auto Beam racing. I am completely speechless. Brother, this is not Formula 1 in the 1960s. Brother, what the fuck? Can you guys hear me, actually?
We can hear you, actually.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I just want to ask one thing and one thing only. Is Falcon willing to do an interview?
Oh, we'll see. And all the drivers have finished now. See Falcon over here.
One sec. I'm trying.
I just asked him now in general chat and over radio if he would. All right, so he will definitely be open. Hi, Falling Falcon. How are you?
Hello, Falcon.
Hello.
Can you get Kate in here as well?
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, there he is.
Hello, Kate, and hello, Falling Falcon. I first off wanted to say congrats on the podium. Absolutely astonishing performance from the ASP racing team today.
The podium? Brother, the podium! This motherfucker just gave 2 minutes and 40 seconds to the guy in second. He's moving like Jim Clark. What the hell? The fuck? Nah, but
I
jokes
am the
aside,
podium.
yes, Falcon, you do
Indeed, you
realize that this might be the single greatest dominant performance that we have ever seen in downtown. You do realize that you just led the 2.4 hours of Le Mans from start to finish.
Oh yeah, true. I got all of the lead. Yeah. Then, you know.
I'm pretty. The worst, the best part is, I think you didn't do the Grand Slam only because Mana had the pole position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And Cris Tango started from pole.
For now, it's a clean. I have never gotten a pole position in downtown ever.
Exactly. But you just got, I think, the single greatest race performance in downtown. You led every single lap, even after the pit stops. You had multiple fastest laps. You just won the race. You lapped every single car except Yami, and Yami was behind you by 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Brother. What?
I don't know.
I'm just speechless. But
what's going through your mind right now, man? I mean, you must be very happy with that performance.
Yeah, could have been. I could have lapped Jamie. also sub 30 would have been nice.
Falling. Let me put this into perspective for you, right? The fastest Le Mans lap, right, of 2000 was a 3 minute and 36 124 of the Audi Diesel R8 back in 2000. Your fastest lap was a 3 minute 31 on race pace. You have officially beaten the Le Mans world record with fresh tires, but you've officially beaten the Le Mans world record.
Falcon, what you're saying
time.
does not matter because your fastest lap in the race was still faster than the qualifying lap of the R8.
Not only that, it was almost 4 seconds faster than your qualifying time.
6 seconds faster than my qualifying time.
6 seconds, yeah. I apologize, but still, absolutely
Falling
astonishing.
Falling Falkson. What the?
Now let's pan over to Kate. Kate, how are you doing? What's going through your mind? I mean, you're an amazing constructor behind ASP, and designing, building, and tuning such a excellent performing vehicle.
I mean, I have to give the merit for the design to VAM and Butters, and the tuning also got really helped a lot by the other drivers testing. To be honest, was quite worried about this race because Mana and Viper could not show up, and I knew from qualifying that on paper Falcon should have been a few seconds lower than Jamie and Gisard. Then Falcon decided to gain like 1 second of race pace per stint, if not more.
And then I mean, also, like, Falling Falcon, you had 15 kilos of success ballots done, which is the highest out of all the grid except for Train Raider. But that's crazy, with having so much success ballast yet being so dominant over all these cars in the 2.4 hours of Le Mans. And that V12 Evo that you guys have designed is working phenomenally. I mean, I'm surprised that you guys aren't sliding around the track with so much weight in the back, because I expect the V12 to be a very heavy powertrain. But your guys' performance is absolutely amazing. Astonishing. Yeah. Congrats.
It is kind of slidey, but through the Porsche curves, you basically neutral steer every single corner, which is insane somehow that works. So you can just gain time there without end. And it's also a bit more settled over the curbs in the last two chicanes.
I will say this, Falcon, though. I will just add one more thing. You lapped everybody except P through P2 for only one reason. You shouldn't have lapped GSAT. Because no.
Because he would have DNF'd, yeah.
No. Because G said around 3 laps ago, when there were 10 minutes left, in the middle of the Mulsanne straight, in the middle of the track, came to a complete stop, left his seat, went to take a piss, and returned after 1 minute, and then resumed driving.
And pre-firing too on his way using Rainbow Six strategies, as I mentioned before.
Oh,
What?
Bro, this guy just completely stopped in the middle of the track on purpose for a full minute. And besides the fact that there was no virtual safety car called, but of course it happens, brother.
I think there was. I just
It was called too late because I was side and I confused one driver for the other, so I was checking one driver and it was like, he's fine, but
Yes, but
yeah.
like, isn't there a setting in the
I believe it
BGP
was-
Wait, isn't there
I-
a setting in the BGP server
We
that
have-
if you stand still too long, you get towed to pits?
Yeah.
think that's off.
And why is that?
no idea.
I mean, no, I believe it is automatically on, but you need to stay still for quite a lot of time. Is it still
Isn't one full minute enough? I remember that when we were doing qualifying for DDWC, I remember that staying still even for 30 seconds was too much.
Yeah, or
we
going slow.
need to check this because this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it was on not like I saw it was what's kind of to the side.
No, Kate. He was in the middle of the
Oh my
straight. I mean, if he pulled on the shoulder of the race of the track, I would have accepted it. It would have been fine because he would have moved out of the way. Bro, I can show you the VOD. He's in the middle of the track.
Oh my god.
Brother, this is not acceptable. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna send it in the DTMA chat.
I mean, we can see that after the race. Like,
I mean,
No,
also
we
the
have to see this after the race. It's not a matter of we chat. No, we will.
yeah,
also the Beam GP UI did also have its moments again. This
I mean,
race.
for me it worked fine, but yeah, for
Yeah.
sometimes it.
I mean, I finally got the race UI back, so I could see names and distances, but then it failed with about 50 minutes remaining, so I had a frozen UI for the last 50 minutes of the race. And
Yeah.
I am now currently on a lap that's been going for 1 hour because the laps didn't count, and I also couldn't see flags and shit, so yeah. Also didn't get slowed down for the virtual safety car. Which I
Kate,
then
please
did
check
manually.
DTMA server general chat.
Oh my god, it was quite in the middle of the track.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
That do be pretty in the middle of the track.
that is pretty bad. Not gonna lie. I won the night was pretty bad there.
I am absolutely speechless.
I mean, I guess we should talk about this after the race. Like,
We will.
not after.
Oh, we
like-
will. Don't worry.
It is a more
Anyways.
thing to do.
You do that in the pits. Brother, the pit stops are almost a minute
Yeah.
long. He could have done that in the pit stop. Because if it was so bad that he started literally pissing himself while he was going to the toilet, it means that he needed to piss way before that. So, and he had pitted what?
Like
Maybe 30 minutes earlier, but still, if you need to pee that bad, go to the pits or move to the side of the track. But anyway, I digress. This is the live stream, and with this said, I want to congratulate again Falling Falcon for driving this absolutely astonishing race. I want to congratulate Kate for making such a dominant car. I want to congratulate Alpha Star for winning the 2.4 hours of Le Mans. So currently, this fabled event has been won once by Hydra with Viper Sonics and once by Alpha Star with Falling Falcon. So congratulations to all of you. Thanks to Bobert for joining me
You're
in the
welcome.
commentary booth. And thanks to Cris for helping me with the setting up the stream and being in the game, being basically my eyes in the server because my PC doesn't hold. And without him, all of this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you a lot. With this said, I say thanks to all the viewers.
Thank you
It
to
has
everyone.
been quite a long stream. I think it's been well over 3 hours of stream.
Nearly 3 hours. And let's see what
actually,
Spa
yeah.
has in store. Let's see what the Spa has in store. It'll definitely be a lot more interesting now that we have a lot more of a technical circuit coming up.
Absolutely.
We are
So-
probably going to get absolutely destroyed.
Light later. So thanks to everyone, and we will see you in 2 weeks at Spa. Thank you. See you
And
next
goodbye.
time, and have a good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye.